Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
In my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money, money.
Hold out here for a pill. Ready tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me, no, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up? What up? It is Alex, the fantasy football hustler, back at you. And oh yeah, we got another episode of Elevated Sports Talk. What is going down, peeps? Let's get ready to smoke it up. Let's do what we can.
All right. Fire them up!
Let's go. Let's see who's up in the chat right now before we get started. What up, my man Will? He said, dude, in one of my league blew 85% of his budget on J.K. Dobbins, Sam Darnold, and Bond. He said 70 on Dobbins alone. I mean, one thing that I told you is that people are going to spend like crazy, but this is the time that you pick up league winners is right now. I mean, sometimes it happens towards the end of the season, but this is when you pick up a league winner. You know why? Because you get to use them longer. If J.K. Dobbins is a thing for the rest of the season, it is worth every bit of that investment. Now, we know he gets hurt a lot, so it might not be worth it, but I'm just saying, that's the way that we got to be thinking about these kind of things, especially if dude had an injury to a running back, man. Especially. And Schmitty, I traded Mark Andrews for J.K. Dobbins. I have Likely and Ferguson. Thoughts? I think he sold way too cheap on Mark Andrews, but we're 1 week away from Mark Andrews like literally being worthless. So it's crazy, but you could be a crazy genius, okay? What up, Hess? Yeah, my man Hess in the house.
Let me hit that ball.
And what up, Chuck? He said someone in my league just dropped Chaje and Chuba. How much fab would you be dropping on them? $0. The reason why they got dropped is because they suck. That's why. They're bums, man. Don't pick them up.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Pam, what up, Pam? Stranger in the house. What up? What up? Hess had picked up Dobbins off waivers too. Had to use 15% of my fab. Pretty sure it's a good investment. He said, shy money don't make money. Let's go. And what was the second highest bid? How much did you outbid him by? Will said she was garbage for sure. Hell yeah, he is. And Ghost Monkey, what up, bro? Yeah, on Tuesday and Wednesdays, I'm gonna get started earlier because I'm gonna be breaking down these videos into different ones. We're covering starts and sits all games this week. So yeah, I'm gonna start a little bit earlier. I planned on starting like a half hour ago, but you know how it goes. Exotic Lord, what up? Salute. What exotics you smoking on over there? Let's go. Johnny, shout out to our man Johnny using the 420 crew emojis in there. Make sure that if you guys are not an official 420 crew member on YouTube, all you got to do is go click the link to join. It says join right there. You'll see it in the middle. I'm going to throw the link in for some people who might not see it, but make sure you join. Get that green cross right next to your name. Get access to the 420 crew emojis in here, and there's more to come as we grow, so help us grow. But we are back. We're monetized again. We are back, and here's the link for anybody who might not see the link on there. The higher the tier that you get on, the more entries that you get into the raffles. So get on that superstar tier. Get on that all access tier. Let's go. I appreciate you. And anybody who is a superstar tier or higher on YouTube, I mean, you're considered one of the producers of the show. And how many shows out there would let you be an official producer for only $10 a month? And Sheldon, he said, please pick my RB1, 2. Jerome Ford, Brian Robinson, James Cook, Jaden Reed. I mean, I don't know why you'd be sitting Jerome Ford, so we're gonna play him. I don't know why you'd be sitting James Cook, so we're gonna start him. And I think I would play Brian Robinson over Jaden Reed.
Before the bullet in his bubble goes, before the bullet in his bubble goes, you can be at the party getting loose, but you can catch a bullet in your ears.
And Zeb said, early bird, bro, what up? He said, got Lincoln Park tonight. Nice, very nice. All right. Nah, I did not watch the debate. I had, I mean, for everyone who's really into that kind of stuff, I had more important things to do. Noble had his what's it called? Noble had his football practice yesterday, and so that kept us pretty busy. That's really what it was. All right. And Sheldon said, appreciate you, brother. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And I may talk some shit sometimes, but it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. So don't take my shit talking seriously. What up, Crispy? Oh, man, look at Crispy. Crispy's got the green cross over there. Everyone should have that 420 crew cross over there. Make sure you hit the join button or click that link that I shared. And Zeb said Fields or Minshew this week. Bro, my answer is never going to be Fields, okay? Never. Did he even throw for 100 yards last week? Come on, man. Come on. I know it's a tough matchup for Minshew. One thing about Minshew, he may have some turnovers, but he's going to slang it no matter what. I'd rather have that. Than someone who can't throw. Fields can't throw. He's not accurate. He's a bum.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
All right. There we go. So we're going to do all the start and sit segments. Crispy said League 15. I already pushed it through. I laughed at you, but I already pushed it through. And James, Pittman or Godwin this week? I mean, I guess the question is, like, do we want someone whose quarterback will not throw to him? Is that someone that we want to do on a quarterback who's not going to throw to him if it's a bad matchup? And he's got Jair Alexander. So, yeah, I doubt Richardson will be throwing it to him too much this game either. So, going Godwin, man. He's awesome out of the slot. What up, Ken? Fields or Caleb this week? Oh, man. You got nobody else? There's nobody else. Nobody else is an option. Nobody else is an option, Ken. Let me know. If no one else is an option, I'll make a choice. And Crispy says here the criticism. It's Dynasty, man, and you traded for Mason. I don't know if you had CMC. If you had CMC, it's a smart move. But you traded away Trey McBride. Trey McBride has so much more value than someone who might be playing for like one more week before he hits the bench. So I think for Dynasty, you traded away McBride way too cheap. Way too cheap. Especially when after this past game when McBride's value really rose. Because now we saw him get targets when it really counts with everybody on the field, with Marvin Harrison Jr. on the field and all that. So I think he sold too cheap. That's what I think. And Exotic Lord, pick one, Olave, DJ Moore. DJ Wild. Yeah. Sorry. Olave versus the Cowboys and Trey Diggs is going to be tough. DJ, I want to score more. DJ Moore versus the Texans and Stingley. That's going to be real tough for him. Drake London versus the Eagles secondary. That's going to be tough for him. And Dolphins versus the Bills. Dude, I'm going Waddle, man. I'm going Waddle. You heard me talk that whole thing out right there. All three of your first wide receivers here have horrible matchups. And Waddle, I mean, he plays on Thursday. That's the worst thing about it. But do you know that Raheem Mostert already got ruled out for Thursday? And they're talking about A-Chain potentially not playing either. See, I mean, Raheem Mostert won't play Thursday, and then McDaniels was asked about A-Chain, and they said, we'll see how it plays out. Yeah, so Waddle could be in for a very huge game. All right. So, yeah, Waddle, baby. Waddle. I said laugh on McCaffrey. Crispy, you're reading all the blurbs that these guys are saying. They said that it was day to day for Christian McCaffrey, and they said if it was a playoff game, he would have played. Like, the only reason they're resting him is because it's week 1. Like, because it's the beginning of the season. That's the only reason why they're resting him, is to play it safe. It's not like is he injured? Yeah, he is. And he's probably like 70%, 75%. And that is better than like most running backs in the NFL, like caliber what anybody would ever get to. Man, yeah, we can't you're listening to these other goofy analysts, Crispy. I think that's what it is. I think someone got you thinking that CMC is gonna like die and be dead forever. It's not right now. Not right now. And the thing is like literally anybody in the NFL could get hurt at any time, and any injury could be a career-ending injury. So like, I don't know, like why just with CMC? Achilles tendon is gone. No, get out of here. Get out of here. If it was his Achilles, he wouldn't even be playing. Come on. And Zeb said, who could I get for Baker? What type of what? Okay, Zeb, here's the thing. I always say this. Like, people could, I'm never going to answer a question like this the way that you want it, because it's not about me saying go trade for fucking Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, would someone trade Amon-Ra St. Brown for Baker? I don't know, but like some dumb analyst may say that. It's about finding a trade partner. Go find someone who needs a QB, okay? Because if you're trying to trade with someone who doesn't need a QB, let's just think about this logically. If someone doesn't need a QB and you're trying to trade them Baker, are you going to get top dollar for Baker? No. So we got to think about this logically. Who's going to give you top dollar for someone like Baker? Someone who is QB needy, someone who maybe had Jordan Love, or something like that. So that's how you got to be thinking. Like, don't ever ask me, who should I go target? Like, dude, there's a million players that you should go target. You need to find the person in your league that needs QBs badly, and then you figure out from there, who do they have that you actually want? That's what this comes down to. And maybe there's a couple people, maybe there's a couple managers who fit this criteria of needing a QB. But that's where you start. If you're just sending yourself on a fool's errand of, I got Baker, I could trade it to anybody right now. Not everybody wants Baker. You need to figure out who wants Baker. And the QB needing team, that's the team that's probably going to want them. So that's where you start. Then you go from there. If you find 2 or 3 teams and you're like, hey, I like these wide receivers. And then you say, hey, I found a team that's QB needy. Which wide receiver should I target or running back out of these guys? Do that. Then I'll give you a legit answer. But fuck all the other bullshit, man. It's just a waste of your time. Chuck said thoughts on Luke McCaffrey long-term PPR. Long-term PPR, like after 2024. If you're just talking redraft, there ain't no long-term value there. Not this year. It would take injuries, and it would take Jaden Daniels becoming a way better thrower already. And I don't know if that's going to happen year one. And hey, shout out to our man Corey. What up? What up? That green cross looks nice, bro. That green cross looks nice on you. Everyone else, if you don't have a green cross next to your name, you're slacking. You're slacking. Click on the link in the pinned post to get your 420 Crew membership badge right here. $3 is the minimum, but the higher you go, the more entries you get into each raffle. So I'd recommend just going all the way to the top, however you want to support the show. I mean, we even have a category on there for executive producers now. And I'll come back to this in one sec, Frank. JPZ, what up, bro? What up? And Derek, my man, salute. What up, bro? Corbin, what up? Salute. Stranger said value equals supply and demand. There's no demand, there's no value, business or fantasy football. Exactly. And I feel like a lot of people do not think of trades that way. They're just like, hey, I got this guy. He like killed it. Let me just go trade for let me go send like 10 trade offers to, just any wide receiver that I like. And I feel like that's where people really miss the mark on making good trades. What up, Roll? And Derek, we got remonetized, man. We're back. We don't have the canna leaf anymore. YouTube, they said no go to that, but we do got the green cross. The 420 Crew green cross. I'm going to make updated versions of it as well for the future months. And Frank said, salute. He said, for the last bench spot, Dowdle or Bucky? Hey, Jay in the house. What up, bro? Thanks for joining the 420 Crew on YouTube. That's what I was trying to spit out. Yeah. All right. And I think I'm going to say Dowdle for now. Makes me nervous, though. Definitely makes me nervous. And Zeb said, cheers. Dude needs a QB. Has Kirk, DK, and Pittman, plus lots of picks. Maybe go after DK. DK is a little bit older. And probably the least valuable guy to that person, potentially. I'm assuming that Pittman, that's his main guy, But yeah, see, like something like that. I would, if he needs a QB bad, yeah. Go try to get DK, not his best player. Or what you could do, what I like doing is doing a little okey doke where you throw Baker for Pittman. He's going to decline that right away. I mean, usually, you're going after like their best person. They usually decline it. And then you like come back with the second one and then you're like DK. But if you start with DK, some people, it's just all about how people's brains work, So some people, they may see DK and like, fuck no, I'm not trading DK, like let me give you some lower player, for him. But if you start with Pittman and fuck no, you're not going Pittman, hell no. And then DK, you're like, I don't want to give up Pittman, but maybe I would give up DK. So I mean, that's these little things like that, like just the little bits of psychology behind these trades can go a long way. And Chuck said, also, is Elijah Moore just an absolute toast? Yes. We should not even be rostering Elijah Moore, even in Dynasty. There's no reason. Zeb said 32 man, go with Parker Washington or Jake Bobo. Fuck, man. I don't know. Just go like this. Go like this as many times as you can until you stop on one. But I don't know. Parker Washington, who the fuck knows? Neither one of them are going to get points. So, I mean, it's getting lucky either way. Crispy said, seen something about his Achilles. Man, no, you didn't. And Corey said, what's on the docket today for the news drop? So the only news, I'm going to go check and see right now. The only news that we got so far is that Raheem Mostert is not playing on Thursday and that A-Chain is kind of up in the air. So if you're planning on playing one of those guys, I think you better look for other plans. Dang, I didn't see this. So the Browns placed 4 players on IR. The only one really of note is Juan Thornhill. Had a bunch of tackles last week. And Yeah, that's it. There's going to be a lot more news this afternoon. Wednesday afternoon is when a lot of the news comes. But we got the whole start. We're going to do the starts and sits, Corey. We're doing them. I'm going to get going on that real soon. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 games to cover. 16 games to cover. And yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, everybody. Appreciate you. Peace out, Derek. Have fun at training. And JP said most are out this week. Hello, Jeff Wilson. I mean, in Dynasty, maybe. I'm not like super like gung-ho about it. I'm not gung-ho about it. Stranger said puffin some Rumple Kushkins. Definitely a recommendable strain. Nice. Hey, what up, Ron?
You got perfect time. About to start a little puff give in this motherfucker.
Mason over Swift this week. Yeah. I mean, assuming that CMC doesn't play. My own backfield's all over the place. Jeff Wilson stock up. Yeah, but it's, still not that good though. What you think about that Keon Coleman for a Dunze trade? I mean, I would rather have Keon Coleman. I can't remember which side of it that you got. I just don't like trades like that, and I don't recommend trades like that because it's such a sidestep. Like every time that I trade, you're only going to get a certain amount of trades, like per league per year, and like I mean, unlimited trades can happen, but I'm just saying like. No one's going to keep like the whole league. If they see you keep making trades, sooner or later, that well is going to like dry up. And like, if I'm making a trade, I want to tier up. Like, that's what I want to do. And maybe a Dunze, like he's so bad that maybe Keon Coleman to you is a tier up, but it's just so even to me. I would have just set my sights higher. Who's the third string running back in Miami? Well, Jeff Wilson. That's who it's going to end up being, right? It's going to be Jeff Wilson and what the hell's the rook's name? Jalen Wright. Jeff Wilson and Jalen Wright, more than likely. I said also thought I saw something about the Achilles. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Zeb saying word on Higgins. Not yet. Wednesday practice. Johnny said Rumple Kushkins. I know it's a funny ass name. It's so tough to sit Mason if CMC is out. Mason over Godwin, CMC out fully. We don't know. We don't know if he's out fully. Oh shit, you got a Dunze? See, I think you got the way worse part of that. Like, because you're not even talking dynasty, right? You're talking redraft. Like, that's like another thing too. Like, I don't know. People can think whatever they want about dynasty, but redraft, Dunze is like the third guy, like over there in that pecking order. That's if we don't count the running backs or the tight ends. And what's it called? And Keon Coleman led the team in targets, right? And yardage. Like, Keon Coleman could be the number one over there. Rome will never be the number one. And he's got Caleb Williams throwing to him versus Josh Allen. Way different. What up, Coach C? What's going on, bro? Hey, we got remonetized on YouTube. All right. And smash that like button. Let them know, smash that like button. And if you guys didn't see all the waiver wire videos, you must go watch. I got the IDP waiver wire video. That's the most popular waiver wire video so far, from the ones that I uploaded yesterday. And yeah, go check them out. We're going to do the starts and sits every game. We're about to get to it in a few minutes here and just answering a couple questions and kind of in the background here. And we're going to smoke one more bowl and then we're going to start off with the we're going to start off with I'm just going to go in order of the games, or at least the way that like NFL like has them all listed. So, you know, we'll go with the Thursday game first. We'll go with the early slate of Sunday games, and then we'll go with the late slate of Sunday games, and then we got Sunday night football and a Monday night football. All right. I gotta make sure. Yeah, one of the things I gotta adjust in a lot of the sounds now that you guys told me about this, about how loud like some of them are. All right. There we go. Dak or T-Law this week. Yeah, does T-Law play? Where the fuck is the Jags game on here? No. Oh, they got the Browns. Jags got the Browns at home. Probably going Dak. All right. And Ryan, redraft, would you send Brian Robinson to receive Jordan Mason? I don't know. Like, probably not. Like, do you have CMC? Like, that's the kind of context everybody needs to give if you have CMC or not. Because if you don't have CMC, it's not insurance for you. You're just buying someone that you're going to be able to use for one game, maybe one game. What if CMC comes back this week? Like, I'm not saying he is, but what if he does? Like, still in the range of outcomes. And Guillotine, how much fab you drop on Herbert, ETN, or Swift? Got 745. I mean, how bad's your team right now? Can you make it one more week without spending a bunch of fab like on people? That's what you want to do. You want to be able to try to go 1 or 2, maybe 3 weeks with just your starting roster, and that's it. If you can make it 3 weeks without spending any money, a lot of people have already blown budgets. By that time, things start getting a lot easier. That's what you should be trying to do, is not hit the waiver wire in the first couple weeks. Because for all you know, the guy who picks up ETN this week could lose this week. And then you get a shot at ETN again. Crispy said the fact that Mason knew on Friday he was going to play was a sign that 49ers are not going to tell you shit. Yeah, but the 49ers don't play on Monday Night Football this week. That's the difference. They play the early game on Sunday. So that's the only reason why everybody was screwed with CMC, is because they played on Monday. Had he played at regular game time on, the early slate on Sunday, there is no craziness, like we all would have picked up Mason like that day and like played him, if we had the shot. But yeah, teams aren't going to tell you shit. Like, that's the thing. That's why we got to be paying attention for this. That's why we always got to keep our pockets loaded no matter what. And if you do not have the green cross next to your name, make sure to hit that join button. And if you don't see the join button, look at the pinned post in the chat on YouTube. It is you can click that, and then you can get signed up that way. Get that green cross, become an official 420 crew member on YouTube. What up, Kyle? Said good to be back. Hell yeah. Matt said McBride or Ingram. Probably McBride this week. Matt said Ferguson or get someone off free agents. Dude, Ferguson's probably not going to play this week. So, all of these guys suck. They really do. Hunter Hurst Helmsley, that's probably where I'd be going because they play the Panthers, and the Panthers are trash against the tight end.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game. you play it, all about control. If you can take it, all
Kyle said I'm joined in my other account. What's your other account? We just got remonetized yesterday. So there's only like a couple people, unless you're Dow Mac. And Coach sees that it rules too that you like wrestling. Hell yeah, man. Fucking love it.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Las Vegas. And in front of the millions of Rock's fans.
Let's see. Tyree, Cooper, Kirk, Shaheed, Zamir White, Moss. One wide receiver, one flex. Probably going Moss for the flex. And probably going... I mean, Raheed's a dart throw. Again, I mean, he's the guy. If you want that extra big dart throw, just do that. You know, be Shaheed. I think Kirk is going to be the... I think Kirk's going to be the guy, though. That'd be the guy that I would be that I'd be leaning on. And let's see. Cooper, McLaurin, Sutton. Probably Cooper. They're all said someone spent 101 on Malik Willis. It's gonna, yeah, of course, dude. I don't know why you think that's crazy. If you need a quarterback, you have to do it. It's horrible. It's stupid. But I mean, I put in bids on Malik Willis. I put it for 69.
69, dudes.
And we'll see what happens. Tyree said is Schultz a good tight end, or drop him for Parkinson. I'd probably drop him for Parkinson. What up, Harpreet? Tim said A-Chain, Worthy, Maureen, Chuba, Moss, Palmer. I'm leaving A-Chain out. I'm leaving A-Chain out of there. I mean, didn't practice this week, and they already said it's not looking good. Who's Worthy play? I mean, I think that sucks about Worthy is going to be like, it might not be a lot of touches, but I'll go Worthy and Moss. Like everybody else kind of look like trash. Like here, Tim said Ferguson or Parkinson. I mean, why do you think Ferguson's going to play? They said that he's week to week. They said he might be able to play like this week, but as of right now on Wednesday, like make sure you're coming back. Please, nobody be taking my Wednesday answers as a final answer. Especially if the guys play on Sunday, because we have 0 practice reports for anybody outside of the Thursday games right now. So I just want you guys to remember that. Remember that. Cooper or Sutton. I'll go Cooper. And Stranger said 101 out of how much? It's probably 200. More often than not, it's 200. What up, Robert? He said, who's playing the who's going to make it to the Super Bowl? Chiefs again? I'm going to say the Chiefs and the Eagles. I'm going to say the Chiefs and the Eagles. Said NFL could probe into that situation. So, I mean, I really think that they're going to be probing into it because, it's for like the betting stuff. Like that's the thing. Like they got all these deals with all these casinos and shit like that. And like them keeping that a secret, like, just it ain't good. It ain't good. I can hear the Triple H, but not the music. He sounds like poo without it. Ford or Jones, standard league. I'll go Ford. Oh, was it in the Battle of the Brands? Yeah, 101 out of 420. Yeah. And if it's a 420 budget, it's a 420 crew league. Nobody else just puts random 420 budgets on shit. So that's definitely one of my leagues. It's the Battle of the Brands league. I haven't went I haven't seen every single waiver pickup in every single league yet. Part of my process a little bit later to kind of go through all the leagues. And but yeah, 101 out of 420, you know, I mean, not even 25% of the budget. I've seen people spend way more than that, you know. And I got Benson on my bench waiting for Connors to step aside. Don't want to jinx anything. Should I drop Benson, pick up Wright or Tank? I'd pick up Wright. I'd pick Tank Bigsby, right? Not Tank Dell, I'm assuming. But yeah, I don't like holding handcuffs like that. You know, like it depends on how big the league and it depends on how savvy, you know, the players are and shit. But there's probably guys that you can get with more value to put on your bench than a straight handcuff, you know, because Benson holds 0 independent value right now. Like he's just a straight cuff. Could he end up getting some independent value? Maybe. But if they just workhorse James Conner and they've already been saying that he's going to be the workhorse, like it's not happening unless he gets hurt. But yeah, I mean, I feel you. And I probably would for Wright, because if A-Chain doesn't play, someone else is going to fucking get him and they might play him against you. No one's picking up Benson to play him against you. And if you did, it'd probably be a good thing. Crispy said, who do you think will be the future RB for the 49ers if McCaffrey's done? Someone who's not on the team. Someone who's not on the team right now. Jay said Brian Robinson or Godwin in the flex. Okay, well, just because you said Brian Robinson, I'm going to hit the drop. But I'm going Godwin. And what up, Mr. Bear? He said Robinson, Shaheed, Watson, Benson, pick a flex. Benson should not even be a question. Like I understand he's on your bench right now, but do not even put him in questions right now. He does not even deserve to be even considered to be a start right now. Okay, just throwing that out there. And I think I would go with Shaheed, more upside. It's either Shaheed or Brian Robinson. Super nervous about Christian Watson with Malik Willis. Malik Willis might not even throw for 100 yards. So it could really suck. It could really suck. And Coach C said, Hustler, do you sleep? You know what's funny is I sleep more now than I did back in 2020 when I was doing this. Because back in 2020, like, the starts and sits, we're about to get into that right now. We're about to start. And see, I started early. We get all the talking and everything, you know, we get that going, build up the chat. And then now I'm going to kind of start, you know, be 8:30. Hopefully we can get done with this in like 2 hours. And, but like back then I didn't sleep. I would literally be recording the videos at night in the middle of the night. And then I would be editing all of those videos. And I would do like 4. I would do a QB start and sit, a wide receiver start and sit, a running back start and sit, and a tight end start and sit. I'm not going to do that anymore. It's just going to be one big one, and I'm just going to put the timestamps in there, and it'll be all the games broken down, all positions, and then I'm just going to be good about putting the timestamps in there so people could go check any matchup that they want to check. But yeah, it is. So yeah, and even with the newborn, I mean, he's almost 6 months now. He's getting there. I mean, he's really good about sleeping. Like he's been sleeping for like, I don't know. I swear it's been like almost 2 months where he's pretty much been sleeping all the way through the night. So that's it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And Mr. Bear said, okay, bet I'll check out on Friday. And hey, just keep coming back. I'll answer the questions, but just remember that do not take a Wednesday answer as a final answer. Like that's just anything can change from today to tomorrow to Friday to Saturday. Come back and ask the question if you want. Every single day. I may give you a little bit of shit about it, but like still come do it, you know, like giving a little bit of shit is just a part of the show. And Pate said, is this a fair trade from a commissioner standpoint? Shakir and Eckler for Moss. Yeah, for sure. Because Eckler, like, I hope people still aren't thinking of Eckler as the Los Angeles Chargers #1 fucking running back from like 3 years ago or whatever. You know, like those days are gone. He's like 28, 29 now. He's going to be a fucking scat back, for the most part, maybe 5, 6, 7 targets, but like no rushes, no red zone rushes, things like that. Shakir's a super dart throw. So, he got a touchdown, but it's not like he got some insane amount of volume or anything. Moss seems like he's the guy. I was wrong about Chase, unless some things change from last week to this week. Moss seems like he's the guy, and I hope that things do change a little bit, and then Chase gets more back in the mix. I have no idea why he wasn't in the mix like that. I don't know. But this seems like, I would not call. I would see this trade and I would push it through in a second if this happened in one of the leagues that I commission. So that's my thoughts as a commissioner. Like, I wouldn't even think twice. I would look at it for a second, process just that quick. Wouldn't even think of it. And it has said Bucky also available. Let's go see who played more snaps out of, because I know Bucky played like 31% of snaps. Let me go see how much Tank played, because that kind of makes a little bit of a difference. Yeah, they both played the same. 31 and 32. You know what? I will go Bucky. I feel like there's room for improvement there. Tank Bigsby has kind of been his role for, since he's been a rook. And Hollywood, always up to no good. What up, Hollywood?
Sing about Hollywood.
And Coach Cecil, we're grateful for all the content you do. Thank you. Appreciate you, homie. Oh, yeah. Never mind. Right. Get right. I forgot. I was going, get right. Jalen Wright. Get him. And Jay Peasy said, "Oh, the jam for B-Rob is hilarious."
Caught a bullet in his rubber goose. He caught a bullet in his rubber goose.
You get me at a party getting loose.
But you can catch a bullet in your goose.
What up, Jake? He said, you think you would rather have Brandon Cooks or Demarcus Robinson rest of the season and David Montgomery or Flowers for this week? I think that I would probably rather have Brandon Cooks. Now with Jake Fergie going down a little bit, it could mean more work for Cooks. I know, it all depends on the scheme, but, there's been times, in the past where he's shown that he could go over the middle. He's not scared. He'll go over the middle. He can get a lot of yak, going, all types of stuff. Just depends if they are going to use him that way or not. But I feel like Demarcus Robinson, I want him, but I think that I would rather have Brandon Cooks. Yeah. And a lot of it, the injury to Fergie, is kind of making me think that as well. And 21 CJV, start Kyler Murray or Jaden Daniels. Kyler, man. Jaden Daniels, I don't think he's going to rush for 80 yards every single game. And Kyler could, Kyler could do that as well. Jaden Daniels rushing a lot because he's not that good of a quarterback yet for the NFL. Kyler rushes when it's as a luxury. And Corey, what up, bro? Would you put value on Brian Thomas or Lockett? More value on Brian Thomas or Lockett long term? For redraft leagues, because I know that's what you're talking about, I think that I would put more value on Brian Thomas because I feel like what we saw from him was only the beginning. Only the beginning. I think there's a lot more to come and a lot more volume to come from him. What up, Kelly? Said good stuff, Alex. Appreciate you. And Abraham said, hold Chase Brown and McLaughlin on the bench or pick up Bigsby or Jamal Williams. Definitely don't pick up Jamal Williams. The only reason why he was the thing is because they were going up against the Panthers and can't go up against the Panthers every week. And I would hold Chase Brown over Bigsby. But I might drop McLaughlin for Bigsby. Either way, you're still talking dart throw guys that you need some kind of injury to happen before these guys are a thing. So that's just one thing to remember either way. All right. Let me get the schedule pulled up here. All right. And just a reminder, if you guys did not see all the waiver wire videos, they dropped yesterday. I'm going to be doing a better job about getting them to drop earlier on Tuesday, potentially even really late on Monday. Trying to kind of hone down the schedule of what I'm going to be doing here, of how we're going to be doing this, because I want to be ahead of the curve with a lot of stuff. And I know waiver wire guys getting them in. If I can get them in on Monday night, you know, might even be better than Tuesday during the day. Has said dropped New Orleans and picked up Indy versus Green Bay. I lost out on the Chargers by $1 in fab. Damn, that's it, just $1. And it be like that sometimes. And like that's why just if you guys play in a league where you use fab, just remember you don't do 5, you don't do 10, you don't do 15, you don't do 20. You do $1 more, because a lot of people do that. They'll do 5, and by you throwing 6, you might get them for that $1. By you throwing 11 instead of 10, you might get them for that extra $1. 21 instead of 20, you might get them for that extra $1. So just remember that. Don't go with the even numbers. And 5, you know, money wise, that's an even number. You know, at least we think of it that way, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20. So yeah, always throw the extra $1. Always throw the extra $1. And I don't even know what the bid was, Hess, but you just made me think of that right now. And that's just good info for anybody who plays fab. 6, 11, 16, 21, like throw the extra $1. Can't tell you how many times I've gotten a person by throwing just that one extra $1 and people being hella pissed because they knew that they should have thrown the extra $1 or 2 as well. And Michael said someone dropped JSN, and with Puka down, how much fab would you throw at him? Think about JSN. Why the fuck? Dude, all these damn spam calls, man. Such bullshit, man. Roll said, I don't play in a lot of fab leagues. Okay, well, just remember that for when you do. Keep it in the back of your mind. And think about JSN. Let me go check his snaps real quick and how many targets he got. Because, like, he's not startable, I don't think. He did play 79% of the snaps. That was above Tyler Lockett's 54%, but Tyler Lockett was a little bit hurt as well. And Tyler Lockett played less snaps and got the most targets as well. Like that's another reason why I don't want JSN. I mean, 79% of the snaps and only got 2 targets. He's not the guy. I mean, I know you said Puka down. I don't know how much of an upgrade, you know, JSN's going to be compared to like some of the other waiver wire guys out there. So I'd only throw like 10 to 15%. All right. Here we go. Let's start this off here. All right. So who do we got? What's the first game? It is Bills and the Dolphins. All right. Okay, here we go. Get everything pulled up here. Abraham said, grab Shakir or Mitchell. Which Mitchell? Adani? Said for Gabe Davis or Mooney on my bench. I mean, I'd give up Mooney for Shakir pretty easily. Which Mitchell are you talking about? Adani? I don't really want him. Okay. All right, all right. Yeah, don't go out and get Adani. All right. Here we go, guys. What up? What up? It is Alex, the fantasy football hustler, back at you. I got some week 2 starts and sits for you guys. Every position, every game. If you want to jump ahead to a game, look at the timestamps in the description. And let's get down to biz. And we're starting off with the Bills and the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football. Let's go. Good Thursday night game to kick off the week. For the QB, come on, man. I mean, Josh Allen's an auto start. I hope you guys aren't even asking about that. For the running backs, James Cook, I feel like you have to start him. I mean, we're already seeing injuries like coming down around the league. Like James Cook is one of those guys. If you have the luxury of sitting him, man, salute to your squad. But I would say you're probably going to have to start him. Ray Davis, someone to get on the radar, because if they keep giving him more work, he may be a viable pickup in the future. For the tight end, man, Dalton Kincaid, I'm leaning on not starting him. So if you guys are thinking about starting Kincaid, I'm just leaning on no. I know there's got to be at least 10 or 12 guys who end up getting started, but I just really don't think he's the guy. I think look elsewhere. Now for the wide receivers, a lot of questions over here. And I think the only one that you can start with any kind of confidence is going to be Coleman, because I feel like he's not going to be the guy covered by Ramsey. If he's ended up covered by Ramsey, he's pretty much screwed. But I like Coleman in this. Curtis Samuel, man, I mean, he's just dealing with the turf toe. Like, I mean, when you're letting Mac Hollins, go out there and do the damn thing. Mac Hollins only got 2 targets last week. Shakira got lucky with the touchdown. I feel like I don't want to start any of these wide receivers really on a Thursday night. So how about that? I'll just say don't even start any of them, because some of them might disappoint you. And if I'm going to start one of them, it's going to be Coleman. But I am very, very nervous and very, very weary, because these Thursday night games, sometimes they're really great, but sometimes they're really bad at the same time. So let's hope that this is one of the really great ones. All right, there we go. There is the Bills side of things. Let's get over here to Miami. Welcome to Miami. Now to the Dolphins side of things. Tua, of course, he's an auto start. And Buffalo, I mean, look at what Kyler did last week. Tua, man, it's about to be an awesome game on Thursday. We already got news. I'm recording this on Wednesday morning. We already got news that Raheem, the Dream Mostert, is not playing. And Mike McDaniel, quote unquote, for A-Chain said, we'll see. So, Jeff Wilson Jr., Jalen Wright, if you dare, in a dynasty. I mean, I really think that those are going to be the guys. For redraft, I'm just not even starting either one of them. Like maybe Jeff Wilson Jr., because he's going to be the guy who will end up being like the red zone guy. But they throw it so much, and so many of these big plays are going down. If Jeff Wilson Jr. doesn't end up in the end zone, he might hurt your week. So I'm leaning on not starting either one of them. Of course, if A-Chain plays, you're going to play him. But I think right now it's not looking like he's going to play. For the tight ends, don't start any of them. You're welcome. For the wide receivers, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle auto starts this week. I mean, they're auto starts pretty much every week, but this week you don't think about it. If Waddle is like you play in an 8-man or a 10-man league or whatever, and Waddle's like one of like your flex consideration guys, this is the week that you start him. And remember, you don't put him in the flex, you put him in the starting role because it's a Thursday game and you just want more flexibility for the Sunday games. But yeah, Tua auto start, Tyreek Waddle auto start, and that's pretty much it of who you want to start on the Dolphins this week. Let's go. Boom. All right, first team done. First team done, or first game done. There we go. And how about that? Is that good for like, what do you guys think for like the time of what it took for that? Little good quick hitters. I said, love the graphics. Appreciate you. And see, and then I had to figure out efficiency because these videos would take me so fucking long to record because I'd be creating graphics and all this type of shit. Now I created one graphic. We're using the internet and we're using the internet and should just be a lot smoother of an editing process. All right, Abraham said good stuff, man. Appreciate you. And this is, you know, I mean, everyone's watching it live right now. The time when you see the team up, that's what I'm chopping, and that's what's going to be in its own video. So like all this kind of shit, I'll be answering questions, you know, and stuff like none of that will actually be there. And Frank said that's a good time. Okay. Yeah, I want to keep it short and sweet. Like it shouldn't have to like fucking keep dwelling on every single position like for, you know. I know there's some people who like love doing that, but I would rather keep it a little bit short and sweet. All right, let's do another game and then we'll do another bowl after that. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Oh, there we go. Let's jump over to the next game. The San Francisco 49ers are visiting the Minnesota Vikings, and we still have no idea what's going on with Christian McCaffrey. I know that's what everybody's thinking. You're going to have to monitor this all week, and luckily, it is the early slate of games on Sunday, so we won't get screwed. If you don't have Jordan Mason, go trade for him just in case. You need that insurance. You need that insurance. I think Brock here, he's going to be a good start. The Minnesota Vikings, I mean, way different caliber of defense than the Jets. So let's just say start Purdy this week. You're starting George Kittle. Anytime Christian McCaffrey like is banged up, doesn't practice for a bunch of the week, George Kittle is going to be a big part of that game plan. So right now with Christian McCaffrey banged up, I mean, George Kittle's an auto start at the tight end. Debo and Ayuk, man, here's one of the things that sucks. The Minnesota Vikings got one of the better cover corners in the league. Okay. That's why I kind of don't like Brandon Ayuk this week. And so I'm going to say for that reason, don't start Brandon Ayuk if you're in a shallower league. If you're in a 12-man, 14-man, I mean, I don't even know if you're going to have the luxury to sit him. You're probably just realistically, you're going to need to play him. But if you're in a 10-man, if you're in an 8-man, I'm probably just sitting Brandon Ayuk. Going to be going up against Byron Murphy Jr. Going to be a tough matchup. I'll start Debo because look at how they were getting Debo in the mix with Christian McCaffrey out. They were still Jordan Mason ran the ball a bunch. And if Christian McCaffrey doesn't play, you are starting Jordan Mason. But Debo, he's just going to be involved in a lot of ways. So I think Debo is an auto start here versus the Vikings, especially if Christian McCaffrey doesn't start. But I'm pumping the brakes on Brandon Ayuk because of the Byron Murphy Jr. matchup. All right. Other side of the ball here with the Minnesota Vikings, Sam Darnold. I'm leaning on not starting him versus the 49ers. I mean, going to be a smart move, right? You're definitely not starting any tight ends over there. I mean, Aaron Jones, it's kind of tough because I feel like running backs, even now we're only in week 2, but it seems like they're so slim out there because of the ones that did bad. I feel like I would still start Aaron Jones if I'm in a pickle. You know, if you don't have two other decent running backs to play over him, I mean, you're starting him no matter what. But I'm leaning on just sitting him anywhere that I can. If I have the luxury of sitting him, I'm sitting him. Justin Jefferson, we paid so much for him, we never have the luxury of sitting Justin Jefferson. And he's so good to where you're not going to sit him anyways. So there you go for the Minnesota Vikings. All right. There we go. And Shade, standard scoring, wide receiver, and flex. Devonta Smith, Waddle, Dobbins, Mason. First two. And just remember, come back. Because things may change. If CMC doesn't play, Mason's definitely going to be in the mix. And actually, let's do one more game before we're going to get on a roll before we take a little break here. All right, next game is going to be the Seahawks going into Foxborough, going to see the Patriots. And Geno, I feel like he's a start in a super flex, not a single QB. A lot of times we're talking super flex. I would start him in a super flex league, only a super flex league, not a single QB. Patriots are going to be very good on defense, like they always are. Ken Walker, oh man, we're going to have to be monitoring this all the way up to game time probably. He's got an abdomen injury, and I feel like if he goes, I still am like real fringe about even starting him as well versus New England, because they're real good bend don't break. And Ken Walker, I mean, he does need the big play usually to do his thing. So as of right now, I'm going to say don't play any of the running backs against the Patriots, but make sure you are coming back. I go live every single day, and I'm answering questions every single day. So make sure you come back. We're not playing any tight ends for them. I want to start Lockett. Because I feel like DK is going to be the guy who they really work to try to hold down. And Lockett, even playing only 56% of the snaps last week, got the most amount of targets. And I feel like that's going to be a trend that just continues because teams are just locking in so much on DK. So yeah, I'm going to say DK's a sit in this one versus the Patriots. He still could get a touchdown, but I don't think his yardage is going to be insane. But I would start Lockett in this game. Let's go. Other side of the ball here. There's only one guy that I am starting on this team until things change, and that's Ramondre Stevenson. You're not starting Jacoby. You're not starting any of the wide receivers. You're not starting any of the tight ends until further notice. It's Ramondre or bust, baby, and that is it. And that's all I got to say about that. It's even easier when the whole team sucks. I can just go through that real quick. And that felt good. There we go. So we're going to time to smoke a bowl. Let's go. And Bees, what up, Bees? What up? And Jason, yes, Mostert is out. I just went through that game, and yeah, Mostert's out, and A-Chain probably going to be out also. It's not official with A-Chain, but he might be out as well. B said, just want to shout out Derek with his trade. So which one? The Jameson one? Jameson? That one? Is that the trade you're talking about? And Flash, what up, bro? He said, Alex, please pick one standard score. Ayuk, A-Chain, Wilson Jr., flex spot. I mean, make sure you're coming back tomorrow because I'll start A-Chain if he starts. But I feel like if A-Chain doesn't start, I'm probably going to just hold for Ayuk. Like, I don't like Ayuk that much this week, but I really don't like Jeff Wilson Jr. that much either this week. So I'd probably just hold out for Ayuk. Said, yeah, I was dying watching that good shit, Derek. Andre said, would you rather have Chase or Jefferson? Probably Jefferson. Even with the QB, QB not as good. Bees, what do you think about what do you think about the new format for the starts and sits? What do you think about the banner that I got up there? Woo. That's one thing that I'm gonna try to start working on a little bit more when I have these screens, getting the banners and stuff. Because look, I mean, just there's so much stuff like on the top that's like nothing. Looks so much better with the banner, right? What up, Texan Stevie? He said, who'd be starting tomorrow for the Dolphins? Probably. So if A-Chain's not playing, it's probably Jeff Wilson Jr. and then Jalen Wright, will be in there as well playing. But it's going to be ugly. Like, they did not run the ball a bunch. Like, they really didn't. Like, they didn't run the ball. Like, I swear they ran like 10 times, like as a team, So I'm just not putting really too much faith in the running backs running the ball on the Dolphins. Catching the ball, sure, like A-Chain, anytime he plays, he's a must start because shit, he could get 10 targets, 10 receptions. Like, you just never know. Sky's the limit when it comes to that. But as far as like the rushing goes, I mean, it's the toilet, man. All right. Made it through 3 games already, and I think it's only been like 10 minutes or something. Maybe a little bit longer. But I made it through 3 games real quick. Let's keep knocking them out. Let's keep knocking them out. Here we go. Next game of the week that we got a matchup in the NFC East. The Giants are going over to see the Commandos. And are you guys really considering starting Danny Pesos? I hope not. Do not start him. He's a bum.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Devin Singletary, I'm not starting him either.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
It's crazy because Malik Neighbors, I know everybody wants to start him. I'm going to say to sit him. If he doesn't get a touchdown, it's going to be pretty blah. Wan'Dale Robinson, if you're going to start anybody, start him because he's going to be the guy who's going to get the most targets. I'm still saying sit him. I'm saying start nobody on the Giants. This one's going to be a very ugly game on both sides of the ball. Now let's get to the other side of the ball that's going to be really bad here. Jaden Daniels, if you're in a 4-point passing touchdown league, go ahead and start him. He's probably going to be running it a lot. I mean, that's the only place that his value is. His value is not with throwing the ball. So that's the thing that sucks. You really can't start any of the wide receivers like with any kind of confidence. I want to say start Scary Terry, but I'm so nervous about it that sit him. You have to have some bad options to want to play him like right now. Like, let's just let one more game go. Jaden Daniels is going to be running the ball more than he's throwing it. It's not going to be good for the wide receivers. The position that he's throwing to the most is the running backs. So I do like Brian Robinson Jr. for that reason. And I'd even start Austin Eckler because he got a bunch of targets as well. He got more targets than any of the wide receivers as well. So Jaden Daniels, I'm starting him if it's a 4-point passing touchdown league because he's the type of quarterback that has the extra value because of that, because he runs so much. And then I would start the running backs because he's going to check it down like crazy to the running backs. But besides that, I'm not starting any of these guys with any confidence at all this week. Don't do it. Don't do it. And Hunter, what up? Is A-Chain playing? We won't know until tomorrow. It's pretty much going to be a game time decision. He did not practice all week, so it's not looking good. I think everybody should be making moves right now as if he is not playing. Jay said it's funny because the offense design is better off timing the PA pass between the tackles, running for the fins. Yeah, and I avoid the Giants players completely for sure. Devin single carry, Danny to the moon, get out of here. And JPZ, all bums, man, all bums.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
And what do we got over here? Oh, hold on. They shut us down on Instagram because it's been an hour over there. Heavy said drop one. Yoshi, Palmer, Watson. I drop Yoshi. Heavy said want to pick up a third QB in Superflex. Yeah, drop Yoshi. Pick up that third QB. Going to be very valuable. Very valuable. Jay said Saucer McDuffie, IDP Flex. It would be McDuffie. Did you go watch the IDP waiver wire video that I threw out there? There's probably some guys available in your league that might be worth picking up and playing over McDuffie. So when you get time, go check that out. And I will let me throw that link in here right now. But the IDP waiver wire video is going to be very valuable for you every single week. So make sure that you're watching that waiver wire video plus all the other ones because very valuable stuff. IDP specifically. And Texan Stevie, so I got CMC's injured. Would you start Gibson or Irving or Benson or drop one of them to pick up Madison? I mean, Irving, if any of them, but I'd probably drop Gibson and pick up Madison just in case. Hunter said, so Wilson or Wright. If I have to choose one of them, if I'm playing one of them in Dynasty, I wouldn't play one of them in redraft, but it'd be Wilson. Jason said, I want to drop Pollard for Brandon Cooks, but not sure. What do you think? I wouldn't drop Pollard. Seems like he's the guy over there. Cooks, I want to get him. You don't have anybody else at the end of your bench that you can drop besides him? All right. What up, Emil? What's going down, bro? Would you drop McConkey? No, I wouldn't. Pick up Jeff Wilson Jr. Is he a bum? So I said I would. I mean, you want to do your due diligence to pick up these guys because you don't want anyone using them against you. I guess if we use them against you, and they suck, it's good for you, but also sucks if I use against you and they do good. I really don't want to play. Wilson Jr. or what's his name? Jalen Wright. I don't think A-Chain's gonna play though. Like we gotta be paying attention to that. I really don't think he's gonna play. I'm super nervous about it. And Jason said that I'm stuck. You're just hoping that Ladd can do decent in this game. I'm going to be talking about them right now. So you tell me what you think. Would you start Madison over Irving? Probably not. Not this week. Okay. Here we go. All right, we got a game now. The Chargers versus the Panthers. Panthers giving up the bootay at all levels last week. And so that's why I'm going to start Justin Herbert this week, only in the super flex. I'm not starting him in a single QB. And I kind of want to start Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, but if you're picking one of them, I'm going to pick J.K. Dobbins. Way more efficient. Last week, they both had the same amount of work. J.K. Dobbins had 58% of the snaps. So even if they like him just that much better and they give him that much more, snaps, like that's why we like him that much better. So if I got to pick one, I'm picking J.K. Dobbins. But the Panthers, you can run all over him. Like it was trash like out there. Now, here's the part where it gets a little tricky because the Panthers do have pretty good cornerbacks, but the tight ends, like that's who can eat. So, I mean, we might have Will Disley and Hayden Hurst Helmsley out there doing the damn thing. I'm very, very nervous about starting the wide receivers, though. I think if I'm going to start one, it's going to be McConkey. And it's just because of the way that they were like moving him around on why I'd start him. If they have him going over the middle or anything like that, he's going to have way more value than anybody who's on the exterior cornerback. So, yeah, Herbert, you're starting. Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, I think you can start both of them, but J.K. Dobbins is the one I'm starting with confidence. Gus Edwards in deeper leagues, I would still start him. Will Disley and Hayden Hurst Helmsley. It's time to play the game.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
These are tight end dart throws. That's the only reason why you're starting those guys is if you're throwing darts and you need a tight end streamer. That's the only reason you're starting these guys. Outside of that, I hope you didn't already have them on your team. But if you need a tight end because you're streaming tight ends,
Pick them up.
let's go. And Ladd McConkey, that's the only wide receiver I'm starting with any kind of confidence over there. All right, let me knock out the Panthers because this is only going to take a quick second, and then I'll read and then I'll answer the questions that have been coming in. And don't forget, guys, hit the join button. You guys can join. We got remonetized now. You can get the membership badge right next to your name and right on YouTube. And dude, it's fucking awesome, man. You guys can support the show. Official 420 crew members back on YouTube. We're back, baby. Hit that join button. Let's see who joins right now while we're on this show. If you don't see the join button, click on the pinned post in the chat. Now to the other side of the ball here with the Carolina Panthers. Don't start anybody. That is all. All right, fine. You want to start someone? Don't do it. Don't do it. Deontay Johnson, he's a bum.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Bryce Young, he's a bum.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Chuba Hubbard, he's a bum.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Yeah, literally the worst offense in the league. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. All right, I couldn't just leave it at that. And Heath Lifer, he said, I joined up. Hey, you subscribed, but you didn't. You got to hit the join button though. You will see a little cross next to your name. That's how you know that you're an official member. Look at Crispy. Mason to the moon. Yeah, and now it pulls over the 21 months. There we go. Crispy, you the man. You the man. Almost 2 years worth right there. You the man. And let's see. And Mr. Tech, why would you start Herbert with the DBs? I said in Superflex. And did you not see Derek Carr last week? Did you not? Did you miss? Did you miss Derek Carr last week? And Johnny said, well, fell back asleep after the morning pub. Hey, let's go. Let's go.
Smoke weed every day.
And Jason said, ooh, I picked up the Chargers defense. You should have. They were my number one waiver wire pickup for the week. And let's see. Mostert or Corum? Mostert's not playing. Hunter said, now I got to start someone. If A-Chain don't play, Benson, Dowdle, Bigsby, Swift, or one of the Miami RBs. I might start Jeff Wilson Jr. over that cast and crew. So those are the last two I can't drop because I have Kyron. Oh, okay. I have Puka too. I'm fucked. Don't worry about it, bro. Gus Edwards got dropped in my league also. Would you pick up Cooks or Edwards? I mean, it sucks because you don't really have anybody that you can really put there, right? I mean, anybody viable that you can really drop? I'm only picking up for need. If you're picking up to start one of those guys, if not, don't even waste the move. Don't even waste the move. Dobbins or Ladd, 12-point PPR. Dobbins, man. Dobbins. Yeah. And Taysom or Parkinson for Andre set off waivers for if Fergie doesn't play. Fergie's not playing. Parkinson. Hey, what up, Bakes? What's going on, brother? And Jake, were you laughing at the bum drop?
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
I was just gonna leave it at that. Don't start anybody. That is it. But then but then I just felt like it's just more funny to do it that way. Man, Texan Steve, you shut your ass up over there. Don't make me come over there and drop kick you. And Corbin said that was an easy one. Thorough analysis. Appreciate you. We don't want to start those guys.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Big said won some waivers, lost some waivers. Hate that I didn't see Malik on waivers last week in the 21. Who ended up getting him? Was it me for 69?
69, dudes.
I haven't checked. I don't even know who I got. I have so many leagues. I had to get when I woke up. As soon as I woke up, I got to work. Haven't even got a chance to check all the waivers because it's not like I could go pick up. Not like I can go pick up people in the dynasties, anyways. And Abram said 2 flex league, Mason Watson or Mason Shakir. If you already know you're going to start Mason, you could just tell me like who would you rather start out of Mason or out of Watson or Shakir. I think that I'll start Shakira. It sucks, man. On Thursday, I really don't want to. But like Malik Willis sucks. That's all I'm thinking about is him with Watson. He sucks.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
In my guillotine league, Deontay was on the losing team. I purchased him on waiver for $1. I was so proud of my league. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. He said I was so proud of my league. I'm not proud of you. You got him for $1, man. That was $1 too much. Also got likely nice. So I mean, you ain't dropping him, but nice. And Bryce said start 3: Amon, Zay, Drake, Devonta. I'll sit Drake. He's got a tough matchup this week. And hey, look at Heat Lifer over there throwing in the super chat. You the man. Thoughts on Burrow? Got him late. He still struggled. Yeah, and I mean it's not. Oh, you didn't buy his ass. Someone did. Okay. I mean, I like Burrow, but it's the Chiefs this week. And you kind of just hope that the Chiefs run it up a little bit so Burrow can keep throwing. I like him now, assuming that what's his name, Chase, is going to be coming back. I mean, really, what the Ravens had the biggest issue with was running the ball. Just forcing the run on Chris Jones's ass because man, he was just holding it down. I do like Burrow, and I still think of him as a top QB in fantasy, but they got some rust to shake off. So am I starting him this week for sure? It just depends on the options. And here goes the other question you left. Thoughts on Donnie Mitchell? I don't like him. Just picked up for free after someone dropped him for likely. I think that kid has Tank Delta talent potential. I said could be this year's sleeper wide receiver. Nah, man, it's because of what's his name. It's because of Anthony Richardson, dude. He's not gonna be a thing. There's gonna be zero consistency amongst the Colts wide receivers, like zero. Like I said, but I was proud that he went for the minimum bid for sure. So one's the minimum, couldn't even be zero. Jason is worthy a wide receiver 2 or 3 in your mind right now. More like a wide receiver 3 with like upside, kind of a wide receiver 4 with extreme upside because he's not getting a lot. He didn't get any volume, but it was like ultra efficient, And I don't think he could be ultra efficient like that for the rest of the season if he's literally only getting 4 or 5 touches. Heat Live put 10 on Baker, but he got snatched for 16. Any other waivers I could pick as a backup? I mean, throw it up there. I don't know who's available. Did you see my QB waiver wire video that dropped? Make sure you guys are watching all the waiver wire videos because these are my waiver wire thoughts on Tuesday, and like things may change on Wednesday, but like if these guys are available, go pick them up.
Pick him up.
Let's see. QB waivers. There we go. And even if you don't watch the whole, I mean, they're all very short. I made it very short and sweet for these. I mean, they're all 10 minutes or less. And just go hit the like, show some love. I appreciate you guys. And I said, appreciate the answers, my dude. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. And thanks for the super chat, homie. You're the first one of the day. Appreciate you. And Abraham said, start Burrow or Stafford. I'm starting Stafford. Yep. And Brandon said, full PPR. Diggs plus Terry for Kamara and Lockett. No. Just hold. Said, I'll check it out. First time seeing you on YouTube. Nice, bro. Sweet. Glad you're here. I'll be your biggest resource throughout the entire season. And especially if you come on live like this, like during the week, like on Sunday, it's really crazy. There's hundreds of questions. Like it's hard for me to answer every single one. But if you're here throughout the week, just on the live streams, you'll get my answers because there's times when it's slow. So, and we got more games to cover. So hang out, everybody. More games to cover. And Goff just got dropped. Pick up Goff, man. It'll be a decent. I mean, it's not horrible versus the Bucks. It's not great. But yeah, pick up Goff, dude. And Jay said, hey, in the Snatcher Chain League, I lost, so he sent a trade. Do I have to accept it? Yes. 1-for-1 trade, you must accept. And it's going to be a shitty trade. Trust me. Because that's the point of this league. It's like when you lose, you get jacked. But when you win, you get to do the stealing, but that's what this league is all about. It gets so fucking crazy. And dude, I lost multiple games this week because of my own managerial fuck ups. And so I'm just going to admit that, like right now, it wasn't just one. As I went through all my leagues, I realized it was more. And then I realized that I got lucky in a couple of them because I know I didn't move people around because I had Thursday and Friday players in the flex and like had a couple, got lucky with like a couple Jaden Reeds where I just left him in. But yeah, we got to be on top of our shit. And I'm saying that for myself included because we're not always going to get lucky. We play with a lot of savages. And like, man, I would have won in both Debo Snatcher Chain leagues had I just looked at my roster. That's it. Just looked at it because I didn't play a QB in the Superflex and I only lost by 2 points. And I was one of the highest scoring teams as well. That's another thing that fucking sucks, man. There's all this planning and everything that I did in my head to like have the most beastly team like week 1. And I have it. And then I don't play the right people. And there we go. See, Texan Stevie may talk some shit. But I know it's all in good fun with Texan Stevie. He's been around for years and years. And I appreciate you, bro. So if anybody ever thinks that Texan Stevie being serious, I'm sure he is at certain times if I tell him the wrong people. But I appreciate you, bro. You're always doing the squares, always supporting. I appreciate you, homie. Appreciate you. And Jay said, oh, I lose. Fuck, yeah. Amon-Ra for Njoku. That sucks, man. I lost Cooper Kupp for DeAndre Hopkins. Fuck, man. It sucks, dude. It sucks. Pam said, Njoku out. Cooper, Marvin Harrison Jr., Smith, Adams, pick 3. Well, Smith and Adams for sure. We're throwing them in there. And I think I'm playing Cooper over Marvin Harrison Jr. Ands are good change, but that's what it is as of now. What up, Jacob? Was there another part of the question in there? It just says PPR 10 man. Corey said, this league with 1 IDP spot, should I pick up Bond and drop Bernard? No, you keep Bernard. That's one of the things that really sucks about leagues with only like 1 IDP spot, because like, yeah, Bernard didn't score the highest, but he fucking did what he was supposed to do. Didn't he score 20 plus? I'm pretty sure he did. But that's one of the things that sucks when you only start 1 IDP guy. It's impossible to like figure out who's going to be the number 1 IDP guy, weekly. Because especially Bond, like he fucking came out of nowhere. This is like his 4th or 5th year in the league. And like he got more solo tackles that like Okay, hold on. Let me just rephrase this. In the past, every single season up until now, the most solo tackles that he had in a year was 18. And he had 11 solo tackles in this first game. Like, I mean, that's insane. But Bernard, he did what he was supposed to do, Corey. He scored 21 points. Like Bond, he's not going to score 40-something every week. He might not even score 20-something every week. You know, it could be a fluke and it could be a flash in the pan for all we know. Bernard, he's the man. He's the man. Like, he's going to be someone who finishes as a top IDP guy at the end of the year. And it's not going to be because he had 1 or 2 fluky games. It's going to be because of a shitload of 20-point, you know, performances. So don't do that drop. No. You keep Bernard. And okay, here we go. Jacob said 10 man. I got Godwin, CD Rice, Deontay Johnson, London Neighbors, Zach Moss is the RB2. Should I trade Godwin for Cook? I'd be okay with that. I mean, running backs are a little bit more scarce. I really like Godwin. You know, I really do like Godwin. I'd almost try to trade Deontay Johnson and Malik Neighbors. Like, see if you can send those two for Cook. If the person's like that wide receiver needy, just try that. Because if you can keep Godwin, get rid of Deontay Johnson and Neighbors, and then bring back Cook, I feel like that's a money move, you know, right there. Trading Godwin for Cook, I mean, that's good. It definitely, you know, you wouldn't be hurting if you lose Godwin and Zach Moss being your RB2. Like, I'm sure, you know, I'm assuming that means you're pretty shaky but yeah. Texan Stevie says I should get a free Hustler shirt, fucker. What Hustler shirts? And Heat Lifer, I lost Puka in another league, short bench, full PPR, 14 teamer. Who to flex? Shakira, Shaheed, or Zeke? Probably Zeke. Shaheed, I mean, he's gonna be a huge, like, big dart throw. But we already seen it could hit. But yeah, I think I would go Zeke, play it a little bit safer. As crazy as that sounds. Okay. Let's get back to this. And Giant said, great idea. Godwin was like old school Godwin for sure. I want to try to keep him. Like, I think what we saw from Godwin is going to be kind of the norm on what we see. He's not going to be the guy to go for 200 yards that often. He's not going to be the guy who gets 3 or 4 touchdowns, you know, that often in a game. But can he get 10 receptions for 80, 90 yards, like on, you know, just, or hit it very close? Like, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, he can. And 21 CJV. If there was another part to that question, let me know. I'm going to get into, so I just did the Chargers and the Panthers. So we got to do the Saints and the Cowboys. Because I want to be a cowboy, baby. Next game on the slate is going to be the Saints going over to Jerry World to visit the Cowboys. And I know all you Who Dat representatives, you guys are going to be going crazy for the Saints, but I think we got to pump the brakes. They're not going up against the Panthers this week, who might be one of the worst teams in the NFL back-to-back years. Derek Carr, only starting him in a super flex, but I would start him in a super flex. He's also a decent waiver wire pickup if maybe you had Jordan Love or something like that. Like, if you're really hurting, you have no QB, I would be willing to throw him in there. But that's about it. I don't want to start him over other people who may have better matchups than him, because he's not going to be as efficient as he was last week. Alvin Kamara, I will start him, though, against the Cowboys. Derek Carr is going to be checking it down a lot. All the tight ends, don't get crazy. about the tight end, especially at Taysom Hill. I don't want to start any of them this week. Don't want to do it unless Eric Kendricks is not playing at all. Now, the wide receivers. If you need a big dart throw, Raheed Shaheed, in your flex, like I'm not mad at it, but that's exactly what he is a dart throw. Chris Olave. Do I think he gets more work than he gets last week? Yes. Do I want to start him against Trey Diggs? No, I don't. So I'm going to say, unless you have like no good flex options, you're in a 12 team or 14 team where you're probably gonna have to start them. 8 or 10 teams, I know that those are like more popular than 12 and 14 teamers. So something like that, 8 or 10 team, I'm leaning on not starting him like at all. And just remember, that's why you guys come here. Make sure you sub, because I'm giving you specifics, not just like these other guys. Start this guy, sit this guy. We're going to try to give you specifics on the type of league that you actually have. Okay, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And everybody who's in the chat right now, I know you guys are already subscribed, but hit that like button, turn on the notifications. Let's do it. Click it. And what do you guys think of the new start and sit format? I wouldn't do this. This is not the way that it was happening before. I would record this like by myself, and I like being able to be here for a couple hours. You guys get to see, kind of how everything goes down. All right, let me knock out the Cowboys, and then I'll get back to the chat. All right, the Cowboys. Let's go. Dak, we're starting them. Come on. CeeDee Lamb, we're starting him. Auto starts pretty much every single week for those guys. Now, Zeke, I would start him. He's like a flex contention like type of guy. He got more snaps. He's going to be getting the red zone work. Like he's a solid flex this week. Jake Ferguson, I don't think he's going to play. I know they have the Q, next to his name, and they said that there's a possibility that he could play. I don't know why they would rush him, out there just to play this week versus the Saints. So if you have Jake Ferguson, just already make a move now where you're picking up someone. Brandon Cooks. I would start Brandon Cooks as a flex if you needed to. You must be a little bit desperate in the flex, but I think that you could do a lot worse than Brandon Cooks. And because CeeDee Lamb is going to be getting so much attention, no matter what, just so much attention. And Brandon Cooks with his 7 targets, last week. I mean, Jake Ferguson still had 5. So it's not like, the tight end wasn't in play, at all. And CeeDee Lamb, like he didn't play like as many snaps as he normally is, because I'm sure he's going to be like 100% guy, and he was only a 71% guy. Brandon Cooks played 79% of the snaps. I bet he's going to be getting around 80% of the snaps most of the time. So that's why I think Brandon Cooks, solid start and very solid pickup if you're able to actually go out there and pick him up.
Pick him up.
There we go. All right, let's see. Where did I leave off at? Hey, my man Jake throwing in a super chat over there. You the man, Jake. Appreciate you, my brother. And was there a question that came along with that? If so, let me know, because I don't see it in there. But much appreciated, homie. Everybody, if you don't see the green cross next to your name, hit the join button or click the link that is in the pinned chat, in the pinned post in the chat, so you guys can become official 420 crew members on YouTube, and you support the channel. If you're a superstar member or higher, you are considered one of the producers of the show. I even put an option on there for someone to be an executive producer of the show and get a shout out every single show for being an executive producer. So yeah, the ultimate priority members, also shout outs every single show. I appreciate you guys. My man Frank, he said bench Olave for more. Oh man. DJ Moore is going up against Stingley. He's going up against Stingley. I mean, that's almost a worse matchup. I feel like I'd play Olave over DJ Moore, but that's 2 horrible wide receiver cornerback matchups. So I mean, depending on who else you have, I might even be willing to, play someone else in place of both of those 2. Texan Stevie. He said we need Peacock. I'm not the one who, you know. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Pam said Kyler, Dak, Carr, pick 2. I'll go the first 2. Kyler and Dak. Gooey, is that what you're smoking on right now? I like it. Jamie said just traded away likely to the Andrews owner. What I'm predicting 2025 pick 9 through 12. Keep trade cut. Overreacted, ranking him as the tight end 6 in Dynasty. So I'm taking advantage. Nice. Nice. So a first rounder for likely came up. 21 CJV said flex 4-point PPR. So is it 4-point pass reception? Or is it 4 points per passing touchdown? Harrison Jr., Pollard, McConkey, McLaurin. I'll start Pollard. Fuck, against the Jets. I'll start McConkey. Crispy said, what if I don't like it today? Motherfucker, you better. You better. Pam said, Minshew, Dak, Carr, Kyler, pick 2. Okay, that was a crazy typo. Okay. Dak and Kyler. Same. Hey, Justin, what up, homie? He's smoking on that mango OG. Let's get it. And hey, Generations X. Hold on.
Are you ready?
He said got offered Addison. I mean, I'm assuming that's Addison, right? Addison for McConkey. How we feeling? I'd rather have McConkey. Yeah, I'd rather have McConkey. I'd say hold. And Giant said, wow, it's like getting a first first on the market. So I might have to take advantage of that. Hell yeah. So I love that matchup for more. Yeah, I mean, Stingley's going to be he's the man. Stingley is the man. All right, let's see. What's the next game? Colts and the Packers. Let's keep this rocking and rolling. How many games have I got through so far? Got through 6 games so far, so we got 10 more. Let's get this going. Next game on the slate, we got the Colts and the Packers. And for the Colts, Anthony Richardson, I guess you got to start him, right? I mean, I feel like he's only going to be able to do so much of those deep balls before teams really start accounting for it. So might as well get him early. Might as well get him in early while he can. And, you know, the groundwork, that just makes for him having a high floor. So, yeah, you're starting Richardson. Jonathan Taylor, I get nervous about because Richardson is going to snake a lot of points from him. I'll still put Jonathan Taylor in there as a start because there's no way that you have 2 or 3 better running backs than Jonathan Taylor on your team. Michael Pittman Jr., I'm leaning on sitting him because he's going to be going up against Jair Alexander. He's going to be all over him like a cheap suit. So I'm leaning on sitting Michael Pittman Jr. because we see Richardson, he's not going to force feed. He really won't. Like he'll throw it deep and he'll miss like by a mile, but he's not going to force feed Pittman, I don't think, in a bad matchup. Like, and last week he was going up against Stingley, and you see how that worked out. Like, they just didn't target him that much. It was a part of that game plan. Now, as far as the rest of the guys go, Alec Pierce would be the only guy that I'd kind of be willing to start. And just because of the way they use him, a little bit more rapport than the other guys. But Doolin and Donnie Mitchell, like, I mean, those guys might get lucky, but that's it. So I'm not starting any of them. Okay. Don't press your luck. Alec Pierce, if you're going to start any of them, because Michael Pittman Jr.'s cornerback matchup is one of the worst in the leagues going up against Jair Alexander. And Frank said drop Watson for Lazard and play Lazard over Olave. I do like Lazard a lot this week going up against the Titans because it's not going to be what's his name? L'Jarius Sneed on him. You know, he'd be on Garrett Wilson. I'd be willing to do that. Is there anybody else farther at the end of your bench? Is there anybody else farther at the end of your bench that you can do? And Justin said, no waiver wire ads and best ball. Says, sorry with the questions. New to your fantasy football leagues. No problem, dude. And no, best ball, there's no ads. No ads. No ads, no trades. It's all about the draft. And then the season just plays itself out. And hey, how do I say this? Demonio? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but thanks for the follow on Twitch. Should I drop Fryermuth for Colby? My tight end one was Njoku. Ugh. Is there anybody else that you can drop? I don't really like, having a bunch of tight ends like on the bench, but I feel like I would drop Fryermuth for Colby and continue the streaming because Fryermuth is a streaming tight end at best. And Jamie said Alec Pierce only had 3 targets. That worries me. Well, that's the thing. Like nobody had targets on the. If you go look, Doolin 1 target. That's what sucks about all of them. Like I don't like any of them. Because Anthony Richardson is going to be very, very fluky. I feel the way that. I mean, all he was looking for was the deep shot, and that's all he was going for. That's why it was so horrible on the what's it called on the percentages. And I'm just gonna call you Miko. Is that cool? Miko said my wide receiver room consists of Adams, Rice, Neighbors, Tank, Rome, JMO. Which 3 would you start this week? Also, I think it's worth building some of these guys, or bundling some of these guys. Yes, for sure. Bundle JMO. Shit, bundle JMO and Neighbors. And go try to get a better wide receiver or a better running back, that's something you want to try, especially if you picked up JMO off waivers like this week. Just do it. And Generations X.
Are you ready?
Need a running back 2, wide receiver 2, Adams, James Conner, James Cook, Jordan Mason, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, McConkey. It's definitely not going to be DJ Moore. Make sure you guys are, when I'm doing these starts and sits, I don't know how long you've been around Generations X. Just make sure you're paying attention to all these things that we're talking about, because it's going to be a lot of good intel for a lot of different leagues. But Adams and James Conner as of right now. Make sure you're coming back though. And yeah. And Chris T, I had Puka looking to trade either Stevenson or Aaron Jones for another wide receiver. My current wide receiver core is Amari and Pickens. Who should I trade for? Well, here's what you got to do. Go scour your league. Do this right now because I'm going to be live for probably at least another hour doing these games. Go scour your league. Go see who needs a running back, who is super running back needy, and then tell me what wide receiver options you got. Narrow it down. Demonio said drop Caleb for Colby. I'd be okay with that in a single QB league. It just depends on your league. Jake said starting Jacobs and Gibbs at RB. Should I flex Monty or Flowers? I like Flowers. RBs are Hall, A-Chain, so RB's good. Miko, A-Chain, yeah, I guess you haven't been around the whole show. A-Chain might not play tomorrow, bro, so no, you're not good with just Hall and A-Chain. Not this week. A-Chain might not play. He did not practice all week. And Demon 12-man, Richardson, Pacheco, Connor, Amon, Waddle, Nico, and Joku, Patter, Colby. It's pretty solid. Especially having Nico as the flex. Chris had thoughts on potential trades, Zeke and Debo for Amari and Stevenson or Jones. I like the Zeke playoff schedule, but I don't know if it's really worth it. Which side would you be getting, Amari and Stevenson? And if you can get Amari and just I don't know. Switch it around. Tell me what side you're getting and giving up. That's the thing though. I offered Aaron Jones for Diggs and he hasn't accepted it. Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're just gonna go after specific players, it's gonna be a real headache for you. You have to go look at who really, really, really needs a running back. If the team didn't lose and they don't need a running back, why would they trade you? Go find a team that lost and that their running backs suck. That's what you got to do. And Miko said, yeah, aware of his injury status. Season long, though, wide receiver room seems fine, but definitely want to upgrade at wide receiver. I mean, you definitely need more running backs over there. You definitely need more running backs. What up, Bees? All right, I got to go refill my water real quick. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me do the Packers first. Totally forgot to do that. Let's do the second half of this. I need to be quicker about doing that the first and half. They didn't even score 100 points. RB cores, Jacob Zimmer away. What? Let's see. Whoa. Noble's tooth fell out. Don't lose it.
Just kidding.
Oh, you're a goof. You're a goof. All right. Hell yeah. So can't believe someone dumped their whole fab for Chase and Guillotine. It's crazy, man. That's what I'm saying. The smart move is to not spend in the first week or two. All right. Here we go. And real quick, Miko, some backup running backs, Dowdle, Irving, Madison. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of nothing also. Kind of nothing also. All right. Here we go. Other side of the ball, we got the Packers over here, and Jordan Love not playing. You know who's playing? Malik Willis. You better not start him because what is he?
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Josh Jacobs, I will start against the Colts. Everybody else, I do not want to start. If you guys are still even considering starting their tight ends, like you're crazy. Get rid of them. Dump them. Luke Musgrave, like everyone was so stoked about him. He got like 2 snaps last week. Just come on. That's why you guys listen to me, because I tell you guys these kind of things in advance. Jaden Reed, Watson, Dubs. It'd be awesome if it was Jordan Love, and I might even say start all 3 of them. But with Malik Willis legit might only have 90 yards passing, if that. So we're not starting anybody as far as the pass catchers go. I mean, shit, you might even want to start Emmanuel Lewis over there instead of any of those guys. So, yeah, we ain't starting anybody from the Packers outside of Josh Jacobs and potentially Emmanuel Wilson. I said Emmanuel Lewis. Emmanuel Wilson, if you play in a super, super, super deep league, or you are super, super, super RB desperate. One of the two. But there you go. Don't get cute and play. I mean, maybe, okay. Here's the one thing about Jaden Reed. If they give him the ball, let him run, jet sweeps and things like that, I just don't think that the Packers are smart enough. I just really don't think that the Packers are smart enough to do it the right way. So that's why I'm saying sit all the wide receivers. Sit them all. I didn't even catch that until I read it the second time. I was like, wait, did I say Emmanuel Lewis on the first one? And I totally did, didn't I? And Jamie said the Fudge Packers. Uh-oh. What's Noble doing? All right, hold on. We're going to give Noble reins of the drops real quick while I go refill my water. So here we go. Noble, here's your 60 seconds to shine. Don't mess it up.
Okay. So, guys, since he said rings, I'm putting on Roman Reigns. And now ring.
I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand.
And now Steph Ross. Undertaker. Okay, anyway.
sexy. I've got the look.
Two more quick ones. Rock left.
Since you did that.
Stop doing this.
No chance, so that's what you got. No chance, so that's what you got.
Last one. Make it count. Big said the boys got a gift. Last one. Make it count. Let's go. Last one. Make it count. Let's go. Stop messing around.
Woo!
Slayer. Oh my gosh. See. All right. Taking it down. This is no. Terry said Noble's going to be a great producer of the podcast when he grows up, for sure. That's his big thing. He's got to listen, man. He does not do a good job of listening, like, at all. And I know it's like a lot of kids, but it's like, I don't know, man. Like, that's like the biggest thing that he needs to work on is listening, because I feel like he gets in trouble so much, and not like he's getting in trouble now for not listening, but it's just like a common theme with him where football practice, like he'll pick and choose when to, listen. All right. Dominic. I got offered Mart. Who's Mart? Oh, Marv. I mean, you notice how everybody is trying to trade away Marvin Harrison Jr. right now? Like, I do not want to acquire him. And Spears, like, come on, man. Like, I don't even want to read the rest of the trade. They're offering you trash. And I know Marvin Harrison Jr., he will end up becoming the guy, but I don't know. I don't want to pay up for it. So I'm just already saying no. Whatever it is. All right. We got to keep pushing. All right. Jumping over to the Browns and the Jaguars game, and Deshaun Watson, you're not starting him. Even in Superflex, I'd be really weary about starting him. He's just got a lot on his mind. How about that? I'm just assuming he has a lot on his mind, and I really just don't even want to mess with it, man. I really don't. So, yeah, don't start him. You know who I will start, though? Jerome Ford. Let's go. Kind of the only guy that I'm starting. David Njoku, he's already out. So, I mean, if you need a super dart throw tight end, I mean, maybe Jordan Akins. Amari Cooper, I mean, maybe the only reason is because the Jacksonville cornerbacks kind of suck. But outside of that, like, unless you're desperate for a flex, I don't think I'm starting Amari Cooper either. I mean, if you're in a deeper league, 14-teamer or whatever, maybe. But 8-man, 10-man, like, nah, you better not be starting Amari Cooper. All right. Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence. I'm not too excited about starting him versus that Browns defense. So in super flex for sure, but single QB probably not. Travis Etienne. I find it hard to believe you're going to have 2 or 3 running backs that'll be better than him that you can start over him. So, yeah, I'm just going to say start him. It gets ugly when it comes to the wide receivers. I'm really nervous about starting Christian Kirk. I'll say in a flex spot, potentially. Brian Thomas Jr., I really like. I will say start him in a flex spot. Evan Ingram, You probably have to start him, but I don't want to. If there's a luxury of another person that you have, I would start him over Evan Ingram, because the Browns at one point, like you go back like 10 years, Browns were horrible against the tight end like all the time, but they've kind of switched that up over the last like couple years. And yeah, they're one of the tougher teams against the tight end. So I'm not excited to start anybody on the Jags, but Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Etienne, those would be the guys I'm feeling a little bit more confident in than the rest. Johnny said someday I'm going to teach that kid how to spin records. Pick it. And Quinn, he said, Jamie said, sit all the Browns, drop all the Browns. And what'd Quinn say here? 12-teamer, full PPR. I'm 1-0. I mean, the team looks good. I mean, I don't like Pittman this week. I don't like Amari this week. I mean, just keep making moves, man, because like every single week, your team should be gaining the new flavors of the week. Like you should be doing that. If you're not making moves, you're either growing or you're dying. So make sure your team's growing every week. Next game to talk about is the Jets versus the Titans, or the Jets at the Titans. And Aaron Rodgers, single QB. I'm not starting him. In a super flex, of course, you're going to start him. Brees, tough matchup, but of course, you're starting Brees. Garrett Wilson, of course, you're starting Garrett Wilson, but the Titans have L'Jarius Sneed. So I would just set the rest of your lineup knowing that Garrett Wilson is going to get blanketed. You have to know that. Mike Williams, no chance in hell that you're starting him. And Alan Lazard, because of L'Jarius Sneed, going to be all over Garrett Wilson like a cheap suit. I will start Alan Lazard with confidence this week. And I'm not starting any of the tight ends with confidence ever on the Jets. Now, I know we talked about one of the worst team, probably the worst team in the league, the Panthers, a little bit earlier, but the Titans, they are one of the worst offenses in the league right now. And a lot of it has to do with Will Levis. So I hope you are not starting him, because what is he?
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Tony Pollard, I'm only starting him if you have to, because the Jets, I know that they gave up, a bunch to Mason like last week, but I really feel like he just kind of caught him by surprise. Tony Pollard, they just don't have the system. They don't have anybody out there. I mean, they have Calvin Ridley, but DeAndre Hopkins, shell of himself. So if you want to start someone, I'm not starting Calvin Ridley either, because he's going to be going up against Sauce and combination of Will Levis. So yeah, it just, it really sucks. Everything about the Titans, and Tony Pollard, the only one that I'm starting. If you need to, you have to be very, very desperate and have nobody else. And what up, Trevor Daniels? 4-point passing touchdown. I would probably go Daniels. Big. So what do you think about Tank outproducing ETN? Last week, had more carries, did more with them, gives me a Monty Gibbs feel. Let me go. Hold on. Because, I mean, the thing is, like, outproducing them, things could be fluky with the outproducing, but ETN was out there 70% of the time. Bigsby was out there 32% of the time. And then what was the difference in touches? I mean, they got the same amount of touches. ETN got the receptions, and ETN got the touch when it mattered, the touchdown. So outproduced him in yardage, but didn't outproduce him when it counted, though. That's the thing. And gotta be. And Libsy, I just picked up Jordan Mason. Was wondering if I should trade him or keep him. I already have Cook, Gibbs, White, and Monty. Depends on what you could get for him. But if you don't have CMC, I'm definitely trying to trade him and try and get as much as I can for him. But if CMC doesn't play this week, it's going to be a good play. Crispy said Mason about to be the league MVP. Only if CMC's like out for the whole year. Only if CMC's out for the whole year. And we need more people showing love with the super chats, with joining as a member. Click on the different, click on the dollar sign. See what the different options are down there, because you could do a super chat, a super sticker, gifting memberships, you know. And I wonder how this works. I'm going to save this for game day. But every single month, I guess I can gift, I think up to like 10. I think I can gift up to like 10 memberships, but I don't think I get to pick like who they are. Just like how it works on the other, like with everyone else gifting. But I appreciate you guys for showing love to the channel and the show. Next game that we're going to talk about here is going to be the Bucks at the Lions. And Baker, you're starting him. Oh, yeah. Single QB, super flex, you are starting him. Rachaad White and Bucky Irving. That's another story. So Bucky Irving did get more rush than Rachaad White, but Rachaad White gets love through the pass game. And I feel like Rachaad White's a start. Bucky Irving, more of a dart throw flex, and I'm going to say don't start him yet. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, I feel like almost every week you're going to be starting them. I mean, maybe there'll be random cornerback, you know, matchups that we need to look out for. But this week, you know, I mean, the Lions, they got good cornerbacks, but they're not like super shut down, you know, guys like that yet. A little bit young guys. They do got Carlton Davis. He's great, but he's not a shutdown corner by any means. So, yeah, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, full start. And no, you are not starting any tight ends on the Bucks. No. Let's jump over to the Lions. So I'm going to try to do a good job of knocking out each of the teams real quick and then getting back to the chat in between the games. Now to the Lions side of things. And Jared Goff, go ahead and start him. Go ahead and start him. Amon-Ra, I know people are nervous about him. You better start him. You better start him. David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. I feel like it's going to be the pass work that really gets one of these guys more yardage than the other. But I feel like both could be started in flexes over a lot of options out there. So I'm just going to say start both in flex capacity. Jameson Williams. I know you guys want to start him. Go ahead and start him. I'm not going to do it, and I'm going to recommend that you don't. But anybody who's crazy out there, go ahead and start him. A lot of it. Amon-Ra, he can't be blanketed this entire season to where he's not going to get like any targets. I think it was a little bit fluky because it was the first game of the season. Everybody's knocking some rust off. I bet you that the game plan this week is going to be to get Amon-Ra involved early and often, because that's why they paid him. And Jameson Williams, I like what they're doing with him, but still too fluky. Still too fluky for me. He's not going to do what he did last week every single week. And they do have a little bit of a tough matchup with the Bucks. Not that bad, though. And Sam Laporta, we got to start him and just hope that he doesn't fluke us, man. We didn't draft him to, like, not play him the first 2 games of the week. So you're starting him. You're starting him. Lipsy said, going to see if I can get a wide receiver out of Mason. Or wide receivers or CD, Wilson, Moore, and Higgins. Yeah, if you can get an upgrade out of wide receiver, like maybe try to trade. Like, I mean, I guess it's tough with DJ Moore and Higgins because, you know, Higgins didn't play. DJ Moore was shit. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'd be trying to do. Maybe take Mason and even package him up, you know, with a wide receiver, but go for like top tier, you know, wide receiver. Like try to go after like a Tyreek Hill or, you know, something like that. You got to find the person who has CMC. That's one, or a person who's super running back needy. That's the other. And then you go from there and you try to get the best option that you can from that person's team. J-Mo should have a huge game with Tyree Smith. Why? I don't think that there's going to be a whole bunch of games where Jamison Williams is the focal point and Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown are afterthoughts. That's my thoughts about it. Blake, would y'all trade CMC and Jordan Mason for CD? Just got offered. No, because you have the combo. You have the combo. And if I was going to trade them, it'd be for CD plus something. This one is the last game on the morning slates. We got the Raiders going over to the East Coast to Baltimore. And this one should be a doozy. Gardner Minshew, only in the super flex would I start him. I do have to be a little bit desperate, but I would start him if I was a little bit desperate in the super flex. Zamir White, I'm leaning on saying no. Don't start him in this one. Devontae Adams, I will start him. Brock Bowers, I will start him. Actually, Brock Bowers, I'm probably not going to start him. I mean, look at what they did to Travis Kelce like last week. And it's because they have really good safeties and really good linebackers over there. So actually scratch that. We're not playing Brock Bowers this week. But Devontae Adams, and maybe it's more of a Jacoby Myers, game. Maybe it is more of an Alexander Madison game because it's going to be a little bit tougher to get work done over the middle versus the Ravens. But yeah, Devontae Adams is kind of the only one that I'm kind of starting with any kind of confidence out of these guys. So start if you dare. Start if you dare. Now on the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, you're starting him. Derrick Henry, you're starting him. Look at what J.K. Dobbins did to the Raiders last week. You think Derrick Henry can't do something similar to that? You're starting him. Zay Flowers, you're starting him. Let's go. Zay Flowers got, if they ever try to go up tempo, Zay Flowers is going to be like the number one component on that offense. So they're probably not going to have to go as up tempo versus the Raiders as they did with the Chiefs. But here we go. I mean, you're starting all three of those guys. If you have Rashad Bateman or Nelson Aguilar on your team, just kindly remove them for someone else. And Mark Andrews and Likely. Man, I'm starting Likely. I won't start Mark Andrews just because of what we saw last week. And we'll just go from there. I mean, we don't really know what's going on. So Likely, he looks like he's the man right now. So if you're going to start anybody, you picked him up, you spent that fab, you might as well start him. Get Likely in there. Let's see. Preston, should I try to trade CMC for Saquon and potential add-ons? I mean, if you can, yeah. I don't know who would do that. Like right now after like Saquon balled out, just trying to be realistic about it. And Tripp said redraft is JK worth the trade. What trade? Is he worth it to trade for? Like, what are you saying? What's the trade? What's the trade? And Lipsy, the dude that has CMC, has no good wide receivers other than Rice, but he does have Lamar and Jalen Hurts. Okay, well, I can't remember exactly what you said a little bit earlier. Because you want to trade Mason for a wide receiver. So look for someone else. Look for someone else. I mean, unless you want to get a QB, that having two QBs, if it's a single QB, maybe you could get Rice and Lamar, or Rice and Hurts for them. Trade Swift for JK? Nah, just hold on that. All right, here we go. Now we're getting into the second half of the Sunday games, and we got the Rams versus the Cardinals, the NFC West showdown. Stafford, starting them. Kyren, Starting him, a little bit nervous, but I'm starting him. Cooper Kupp, of course, to the moon, baby. Now, Demarcus Robinson, Tyler Johnson, and Colby Parkinson. Now, these guys, I mean, Colby Parkinson, I feel you could do a lot worse. Matchup's decent over there. So make sure that if waiver wire pickup, potential start over, if you're streaming, Colby Parkinson, Demarcus Robinson, Tyler Johnson. Yeah, these are like desperation, like kind of flexes to me, especially because most of you guys probably playing 8 or 10 man leagues, 12 or 14 man, like, yeah, more desperation, dart throws than anything. I think that last week, Tyler Johnson was the guy who got in there a little bit more, but I think that with a whole week to game plan without Puka, I think that it's going to be Demarcus Robinson. So if I'm picking one or the other that I'm going to flex, I'm picking Demarcus Robinson. But in the right situation, I'd start both of those guys if you need a desperation dart throw flex. Okay, but that's pretty much all they are to me. All right, let me do the Cardinals, and then I'm going to read the chat. Got to do a good job of knocking out each game kind of in order, in unison here. Now to the Cardinals. Kyler Murray, you're starting him. James Conner, you're starting him. Trey McBride, you are starting him. But now when it comes to the wide receivers, there's a lot of questions about these wide receivers. And I'm not starting Marvin Harrison Jr. Not going to do it. I'm just going to wait. Even Justin Jefferson took like 3 or 4 weeks before he hit the scene and was seeming like he actually belonged. So sit Marvin Harrison Jr. Don't stress yourself out. Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch, those are like desperation flex throw outs. Those are like desperation dart throws, to me. I feel like both of them can get decent amount of targets, but are they going to get any touchdowns? Like, I don't know, like probably not. So that's why they're just desperation dart throws to me, if anything. And so I'm going to lean on not starting any of them. I'd rather just start Kyler because he's going to spread the ball around. But if you're desperate and I got to pick one, Michael Wilson or Greg Dortch, I'm going to pick Greg Dortch for the volume. All right, let's see what the chat's up to right now. Let's see. Jason, start 2, A-Chain, Jones, Ford. Said Mostert ruled out A-Chain, game time decision. Yeah. So I've been here for 2 hours. These are all things that I've said. Yes, sir, but thanks. Thanks for reminding me as well. Some analysts may need that reminding. They said, as of right now, just come back tomorrow. But I'm just going to leave A-Chain on the bench because he didn't practice all week, and Mike McDaniel's wording was, we'll see. Doesn't sound too promising to me. Hey, what up, Derek? Hey, no, yeah, Mostert. I mean, that was one of the first things that we mentioned was Mostert was out in Jalen Wright time. I mean, I don't know. What did Jalen Wright even get last week when after these guys got hurt? Wasn't it more of the Jeff Wilson Jr. show than anything? Let's see. I mean, Jalen Wright didn't even play 1 snap last week. That's crazy. Alec Ingold played 41% of the snaps. So I think people better pump the brakes and better not play Allen. Or Wright, I mean. Trick says Trippy because JK has better line versus Swift, the Bears line. But then again, I don't know. It is JK. Yeah, but Swift is trash. Like, what would make me want to get Swift after game 1? Yeah, Wright was inactive. Wasn't he a healthy scratch? That's not good. I mean, I'm not saying that he won't play or get any touches or anything, but if you're a healthy scratch, that means you're not that good, at this exact moment, you're not needed. And they had Alec Ingold out there. Said same thing. He was out of the game plan. Jalen Wright playing. Well, yeah, I mean, he's going to play this week, but I don't know. You're only the 5th best running back on your team. That's kind of that that's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Just like Tyler Johnson. I mean, I don't know. That's a little bit different. because Tyler Johnson actually played. And Tyler Johnson got 65% of the snaps. And Demarcus Robinson got 92% of the snaps. So, yeah, Tyler Johnson's that, like, extra guy, you know, who got a bump because of Puka going out. But that's why I said that out of those guys, who was the one that I was on? Demarcus Robinson. All right, let's see. We got 4 more games, going through every single game. We're grinding. Nobody grinds as hard as me for this fantasy world and this fantasy community. And I appreciate you guys rocking over here with me. Here we go. Dolphins did trip to the 4th round, giving up their 2025 third, so it must be liking something about right. Well, yeah, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be everything in the first 2 games. Like, we all remember that, like, I mean, these guys signed 4-year contracts. So, I mean, I know that people are like, oh, you're wasting him. You're wasting him. He's 2 games into this 4 years. He's not getting played. Like, I'm just saying, man, we just got to be realistic about this. We just got to be realistic about this. 10-team Dortch or Robinson. And Bake says just more respect from Mike to Jeff Wilson for being the boy since San Fran. Ingold is a fullback, I believe. I mean, I don't think Ingold really got too many touches. You know, I don't even know if he got any touches. Let's go see. Ingold got 2 touches. He got 2 touches. All right. Everybody hit that like button if you have not yet. And if you don't have that green cross next to your name, hit the join button. Get that green cross right next to your name. It's how we're living these days. Get that green cross. And here we go. Next game of the week. This is the one that a lot of people are going to be waiting for. The Bengals going up against the Chiefs. Oh, yeah. Joe Burrow, I'm leaning towards sitting him. It's going to be a really crazy environment. And if T. Higgins isn't back, I mean, Jamar Chase can only do so much. He really can. I'm going to start Zach Moss, though. But I'm really weary about starting them as well. I mean, look at how good the Chiefs were at shutting down the run game last week. And Chase Brown, we got to give him a week to marinate. So don't even think about starting him unless you're kind of desperate. Yoshi, you could probably drop him. Irwin, droppable. Get Gesicki with it. Yeah, I doubt it. I mean, really, I don't want to start too much from this game. I mean, it's Jamar Chase, and that's it. That's the only person I'm, really confident in. If Higgins is out there and he gets a full week of practice or whatever, maybe my tune will change, but I'm recording this on Wednesday morning. And as of right now, we don't even know if he's practicing on Wednesday yet. So this is something to monitor throughout the week. So just make sure you guys are here coming back. Hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed and turn on all the notifications. All right, and the Chiefs. And what do you guys think of the new format of how I'm rocking this? This will be an every Wednesday thing. And here we go over to the Chiefs, and we got Patrick Mahomes. Of course, you're going to start him. You are starting Pacheco for sure. I feel like you just got to start Rice, and I mean, we don't even know if Hollywood is going to play or not. If Hollywood plays, just come back on Sunday. We'll figure out if he's playing or not. Worthy,
Give it to you.
I feel like he's a flex with upside, but that's about it. Flex with upside. I mean, he was super ultra efficient, with his touches in this past week, but it's really not going to be like that all the time. He's not going to score 2 touches he's not going to score 2 touchdowns on every 4 touches that he gets. So I think we just got to pump the brakes a little bit on him. And Kelsey, I know that it was bad last week, but we're starting him. We're starting him. The Bengals, they do not have the linebacker core that the Ravens do. Pretty much nobody has the linebacker core that the Ravens do. So, yes, we are starting Kelsey, and we're not worried about it. All right. What up, Frank? Brian Thomas, McLaurin, Jameson Williams. I have Higgins, but I don't trust the hammy. For me, Brian Thomas is going to be the guy. Would you trade away Gesicki for a third? Yeah. Yeah. Derek said good so far. And we've been rocking it for 2.5 hours, Derek. I've gone through, I only have 3 games left. I broke down every game so far. There's only 3 games left. Johnny said, it's great, super helpful, perfect. And everyone who's here live, I mean, you get to see the better version of it because, you know, I'm going to be talking, answering questions, you know, throughout the time. All this stuff is getting chopped out when I do it. It's only going to be the start. Pretty much when the screen is up, that's the part that is going to make the video in the end. B said, fire, appreciate you. Burrow or Goff? I'm going Goff, Frank. Demetrios, I keep going back and forth with DK and Godwin. Any advice? Godwin. And B said, I feel like that was a special John Harbaugh fake out. Reed, not a huge rook, guys. I feel like Harbaugh was looking at him like a distraction, maybe. Okay. Bake said A-Chain was a scratch his first week last year as well. 10 game snaps. Yeah. No, I know, Derek. I know. I'm just saying. He said Wright can become that guy. Yeah, maybe. He could. He said on lunch now till about 2 p.m. Eastern. Nice. We're going to, all 3 other games will be knocked out by then. And B said he shouted you out, Derek, earlier. Yeah, he did. Let me knock out this last Sunday afternoon game, and then we'll smoke a bowl before Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football breakdown. Last game of the Sunday afternoon games, and we got the Steelers going up against the Broncos. Oh, man, the Steelers, I'm nervous about them. They said that they're preparing as if Russell Wilson is not going to play and that Justin Fields is going to be the guy. You better not start him because what is he?
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Najee and Jalen Warren, I would consider starting them. Najee, I would start him. Jalen Warren, maybe a deeper flex guy. George Pickens, he's the only one that I would even consider starting as a flex out of everybody here, because outside of that, there's going to be no love for anybody else, including Pat Freiermuth. So, yeah, do not start Fields. I'd start Najee, and if you need a flex, go ahead and start George Pickens. But we're not starting Fields. Why?
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
All right, there goes the Steelers. Let's get the Broncos over here. So I'm going to do my best to do the teams back-to-back, so it just makes it easier for me editing-wise. And I can do a little talking in between the games. Now the home team. Bo Nix. Don't start him. Javonte Williams. Don't start him. Cortland Sutton. Don't start him. Greg Dulcich. Don't start him. Josh Reynolds. Maybe. If you need a super desperation, I mean, Josh Reynolds and Devon Vele, like maybe. You got to be talking bottom of the barrel. You're so desperate for a flex, you know, that you can't go with anybody else. But those would be the 2 guys that if I was super, super desperate, like literally had nobody, I'd throw one of those guys in, but that's about it. All right. There we go. Hey, King D. What up? Man, Derek, you know which trade, bro. You know what trade. And Jay said Alex Anzalone, a.k.a. the Anal Zone.
Get in the zone.
Or Mac Wilson. Come on, man.
Get in the zone.
The Anal Zone. Derek said, can't we just smoke a blunt? I'll throw it on here for you, Derek. I'll let you get your 2 minutes in the sun right now because I don't think this shit's going to be happening for all that long.
Here, little nigga, there's some purple right here. You got a swisher?
2 more games to break down. 2 more games.
Down. Twist it on up, man. I got to smoke a blunt. Nigga, it's been like 4-5 songs, nigga. I don't do that shit.
You know what trades they're talking about, okay? Yes, only your 2 minutes in the sun. That's it. You know how some people get 15 minutes? No, J-Mo's not getting that.
Can we just smoke up find a place to post up?
Every time he caught the ball, I thought of you and laughed. Man.
Can we just smoke up
Two blood.
Find a place to post up. Got Hennessy in my cup. I'm boxing with the windows up.
Nigga, Dago was my hometown, so of course I got love no matter.
But you know what? Most of the time for J-Mo, he's going to be riding on a crazy train. Wire video every single week. Make sure you guys are watching the waiver wire videos. I mean, I want you guys to come in here and ask the questions. But I'm telling you, man, like if you guys watch the waiver wire videos, like you will come into the show and instead of saying, should I pick this guy up? You'll already know that I say you should pick that guy up, and you'll come into the show and you'll be like, hey, bro, I dropped this guy and I picked up this guy. And I'm like, hell yeah. Like that's how it'll be going down. So like, that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. Make sure you're watching the waiver wire videos because a lot of work goes into making sure that all these videos get produced daily, and no one's grinding as hard as me in this fantasy football space. And it's me by myself. You know, I'm teaching Noble like little things, you know, but it's like it's me by myself doing all this. I create all the thumbnails by myself. I do all the editing by myself. I do all the uploading and marketing by myself. You know, there's not a big team, you know, helping me. And yeah, we're killing it though. We're killing it. We're out here grinding, man. We are out here grinding. If it's to a QB needy team, you better be getting a good running back. And I'm not saying you're going to get like a top tier running back, but it better be at least someone that can be an RB2 like on your team. That's what I mean. It better be that kind of value because Minshew's going to, and if you need an RB, like if you're like kind of desperate. And Frank said the way you drop and edit the videos is lit. He said, I prefer live, but able to go back and watch is awesome. For sure, man. I appreciate you. And yeah, Jake said, dude, driving kind of scary after a wreck. So definitely stresses out a little sometimes. Yeah, like if you get into a car wreck, like you shouldn't have to fucking drive. Like you should like tell someone to come pick you up. You know, like you should never have to drive after you get into a car accident if your car is decent enough for you to drive. Because I will tell you, the last time that I got into a car wreck, I mean, we're talking years and years ago. And I appreciate you, Bees. And yeah, Derek, you the man. He said, but we back, baby. Got the green cross. We back, baby. Hell yeah. Finally, long time coming, but we're back. Took a long time, man. I swear. I said it yesterday. When I finally got remonetized, I felt like I could cry because it was so hard. There's nobody that could help me figure this out. Like you can't, like so many people are like, why don't you just reach out to YouTube, bro? Because like there's nobody at YouTube who is giving anybody, like they don't care. There's so many people. If they opened it up to questions, like from every person who has a YouTube channel, it'd be impossible for them to answer all the questions. So like, that's how I felt. It was like such a huge weight, like off of my shoulders. Like I couldn't even believe it. And it only took one day. Not even a full day. And it was awesome. I applied on the first Sunday and I woke up at like 5:30, like in the morning. And I went and refreshed the screen and saw that I was monetized. And man, I was so hyped. I started doing shit right then. Derek said that's how I felt when I see J-Mo score that 50-yard touchdown. I could cry too. And Johnny said the other hosts who grind like that, pay people to manage their teams for him. Hustler does it and manages like 30 teams. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. And even more than 30. I mean, that's why I fucked up a little bit. I'm in the 40 range right now. Fucked up a little bit. And B said he was never a bum. Will never be a bum. Could never be a bum. No way. No way. He is a bum.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
And what up, Cook Plays? He said, should I play Jordan Mason or Brian Robinson? Well, hold on real quick. For Brian Robinson, we got a drop for him. You can be at the party getting loose, but you can catch a bullet in your goose. That being said, I'm still going Jordan Mason, though, if CMC plays. Or CMC does not play, excuse me. If he doesn't play, I'm going Jordan Mason. Because he's going to be the guy. Like, they showed that. They got nobody else. Guerendo, he probably doesn't know the playbook, like, good enough, like, just yet. But Brian Robinson, I like him as, like, a flex play for sure because Jaden Daniels, he's going to be checking down. Him and Austin Eckler were, like, the highest targeted guys, like, on the team. And Jamie said, what kind of bud you smoking on? Just picked up some shit called root beer. Nice. Was that you who talked about it the other day? Was that you who talked about it the other day? The root beer. I'm smoking on lemon cherry gelato right now. Lemon cherry gelato. Cook Place said, I already answered that. And was getting Ladd McConkey for 99 in a guillotine league a good move. Assuming it was $1,000 budget, yeah, I probably would have wanted to wait. Versus, but if you really needed him, like really, really, really needed him, like, yeah, that's good. It's a little bit less than 10% of the budget. Maybe that's why you did 99, right? Because if someone was willing to put 10% of the budget, for 100, you're probably like, all right, fuck it, I don't deserve them. Is that the logic, like behind the 99 instead of 100 or 101? But yeah, you could have done a lot. Like, I didn't even go look at how much some of the players are going for. Let's go do that right now. Let me go do that now for people who play in guillotine leagues. Because I feel like my guillotine leagues that I host are some of the elite ones that are out there. Let's see what kind of budget people were going for. Travis Kelce, 500, spent half the budget. The next closest was 365. Sam Laporta, 351. Next closest was 250. And it's funny, it was and the guy who put 250, he's the guy who put 500 on Kelce. That would have been crazy if he would have got both. He would have used 3/4 of his budget right then. Dalton Kincaid, 237. And I put the second closest was 69.
69, dude.
And I didn't think that I would get him. I just like putting in, the 55 and the 69s. Dude, Zeke, 225. See, that's crazy. That's someone who probably really, really, really needed a running back. 225. Shout out to Zukru. Next closest was 51. And here we go. Here's Zach with the 99 for Ladd. Shit, look at those other guys. Like Ladd's not on their level, but next closest was 88, so you were, it's not like you overbid by like hundreds, like some of those other guys did. Kyler Murray for 50 and 31. A lot of people are good on quarterbacks though. And then Juwanna Man Jennings for 26, Chuba Hubbard, $3. And there was only one bid. Giants, I grabbed CMC for 55% of my fab. Nice. He was on the team that lost. Yeah, it sucks. Jamie said 18 league guillotine. Someone spent 100%, $1,000 on CMC. Crazy. And Crispy says he's got some screenshots also. Let me go check the second guillotine league real quick. And it's always, different people. And again, 500 is the max for Jonathan Taylor, and he dropped Kadarius Toney.
Tony.
Fucking hilarious. Next closest, 325. See, like that's the thing that you don't want to do. Overpay by that much to where You know, like he could have bid 350, you could have bid 400, would have still had some left. Damn, the same guy got David Montgomery for 500, so he's totally out. He's totally out now on budget, but he and David Montgomery and Jonathan Taylor, those are his guys, and that's it. Damn. Look at Zach over here. 490 on Zay Flowers. Next closest was 161. That was way too much for Zay Flowers. But I know it's your first year, so just, you know, you're learning things. A lot of people, it's a lot of their first year. So the knowledge that I have is coming from a guy who's won this only one time. I've only done one league every year for the past, I don't know, maybe 4 years. 4 years, I think, since 2021. And I'll get to the just everybody hang tight if you left a comment. I'm just reading off these guillotine fab budget pickups, and then let you know what and then I'll read off the questions. Trey McBride 196. Next closest was 125. Tyler Johnson for 50. Next closest was 5. Curtis Samuel for 26. No, 28. Jordan Addison for 28. Next closest was 0. Joe Burrow for 18. Alec Pierce for 5. And Zach said, I know that I spent on Zay Flowers. What should I do now? So you want to try to, like, if you could get a week or two without picking up anybody or picking up people for, like, you know, like guys who are just rostered in regular leagues, like regular pickups, you know, guys who still could improve your team. You want to try to get guys for, like, you know, less than 50, like over the next like week or two, because the longer that you could go without spending your budget, the cheaper you're going to be able to get people. But I know it is a catch-22 because you got to be able to make it that far to be able to, you know, to have that go down. Let's see. Looking at crispy screenshots right now. But who do you have? So who are you gonna get? I mean, I see who you have, but who are you gonna give up? We'll talk after. We'll talk after. And shout out to A Pond on Twitch. And should I drop Ingram for likely? Yeah, sure. Do it. London went for 251. Dell went for 269.
69, dudes.
Duffy, Waddle, and Mason for Marvin Harrison Jr. Only if it's dynasty. If it's redraft, hell no. Hell no. Tamian said likely or Ferguson rest of season. Is it because of a trade or because you're dropping one? Just remember, if you're just dropping someone, it's not rest of the season. It's just for right now. And but yeah, I'd rather have likely. DeMarcus Lawrence went for 121, medalist for 53. That's dope that you got IDP involved. Drew said lean in Malik Neighbors over Devontae Adams in my flex spot this week. No, I'd rather have Adams in there. And Russell, what up, homie? He said, should I add Jeff Wilson Jr. and Mostert out and get and H-Chain and came down to decision? Yeah, he's worth it. Go see. I mean, you know, don't drop anybody like super great for him, but end of your bench, whoever's there, yeah. What up, Sebastian? Said Kamara, Pacheco, Rice, Godwin. Want to start Brian Robinson Jr., but might keep it as is. So what are you asking? Should you start Brian Robinson Jr. over any of those? I mean, I'd say no, but I'll hit the drop for you.
Caught a bullet in his rubber goose. He caught a bullet in his rubber goose. You can be at the party getting loose, but you can catch a bullet in your goose.
Man, it's so dope. We got the emojis back. We got the fire emojis back. Let's get it. If you guys want to have access to those emojis, click the join button, the ones that you see Derek just posting right now. Click the join button. Click the join button and or click the link that is in the pinned post. Become a member. I'd recommend the higher you go, the more entries you get per month on the different raffles that we're doing. I'm thinking Minshew for Monty. I have Gibbs. I mean, that'd be. I don't want to do that. I mean, you're treating it like a redraft, Crispy. I mean, it's dynasty. Like, I don't want to be buying Monty for a quarterback, man. I really don't. Like, if you're getting Monty and a pick or like something like, but I wouldn't want to do it just by himself. And everybody hit that like button on YouTube. Hit that like button, guys. Come on. We should have, I mean, we have a bunch right now, but we should have more. We should have more than what we have right now. So hit that like button. Hit that like button. Appreciate you guys. And Bob, what up, homie? Bo Nix's dad in the house. We talked about your son earlier when we were talking about the Broncos game. Tamian said, dropping one. I dropped my kicker and defense for likely Charbonnet. I could put Puka on the IR when the NFL fantasy updates, but I still have to drop one if no one trades with me. I also have Hawk on the IR. Drop Ferguson. Yeah, dudes. Get rid of Fergie, man. I'm okay getting rid of him. I have a chance to get him back. What about Waddle and Mason for Cup? That's nice. I'd be willing to do that. How would one be valuing Mason the rest of the season? I mean, some people, they don't think about the whole season. They think about right now. And so CMC owner, that person would be thinking about the whole season probably, you know. Sal said, thoughts on Greg Dortch?
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Nah, just kidding. He's not. He's not. But it's going to be a low depth of target, but kind of higher volume on the targets and stuff. So, you know, he's like a flex play. He's like a flex play. Like maybe, you know. But that's pretty much about it. Like kind of like flex play, maybe. Same thing with Michael Wilson. You know, just kind of flex plays, maybe. And Bob said, dope shirt. Appreciate you, bro. My Up and Smoke. Let's see. What do I have?
Responsibility is a heavy responsibility, man.
And Sebastian, would you trade Wilson and Jerome Ford for JJ? I have Dobbins and B Rob's my other RBs. I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm holding. And Jake said Dalton Schultz or Bowers week 2. Man, Bowers is going to be tough versus the Ravens. But I really don't like Schultz like either, so probably Bowers. Derek said I love that bum drop. Where is it? There we go.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
And then this one's always going to be good if someone's a genius.
You're a goddamn genius. That's the most outstanding answer I've ever heard. You must have a goddamn IQ of 160. You are goddamn gifted.
Giant said went from 6.77 to 6.82 subscribers since the morning show yesterday. Hell yeah.
You can do it. And you can't teach that.
Jamie said trade Monty for Flowers and Dynasty. I mean, for Dynasty, I mean, that's what you want, man. For sure, that's the kind of trade you want. And JPZ's a fan too.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Russell says someone dropped Mike Williams, as they should have. Is he worth the stash over Deontay Johnson? And Derek said, Hassan, look, please for me. What'd you see about JSN did last week? He played way more snaps than I talked about it when I make sure you go back, Derek. Go watch. So, but I talked about how he got way more snaps than Lockett, and Lockett got way more targets than him. So it's like it's same old thing, man. JSN got 2 targets. 2 targets. That's it. He said, then play the drop.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
And Jake, he said, the bum drop and the pick him up. Those are goated.
Pick him up.
And just wait for, how about this one?
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah.
And Jay said, game over for that bum.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
And Cole said, trade A-Chain and Collins for Taylor and Olave. Hell no, dude. What? Look at what Nico did last week, man. Like, we want that. We don't want to give that away. Zach said in the guillotine, 2, I have Jordan Love. I just thought have Rodgers to replace him now. I could probably also use another RB since I only have James Cook and Brian Robinson, just overpaid on Flowers. Yeah, and seeing, like, I hope nobody ever takes, like, the way that I talk, because I try to make things a little bit more entertaining. So if it was just like me talking to someone, I wouldn't be like, oh man, you overpaid, and but like for the show, I got to make it a little bit more entertaining. So I'll like say that. So I just want to make that as just a reminder to everybody, when the camera's on, the way that I am, it's turned up a little bit. I'm the exact same person, but my reactions might be a little crazier than they would be if I was just talking to you. So, it's all about in good fun. You definitely overpaid for Flowers, but he's going to be a starter on your team the rest of the way. And like, now for the future, right? Everything's a learning experience. He said, didn't realize and get Flower for less money. Yeah. And see, you kind of never know. Right. And see, but like me personally, I try to wait a week or two unless I have injuries and I need to grab someone. If like in the one, I'm only in one of them. It was, I didn't have any injuries or anything. So I'm like feeling really good going into week 2. I didn't do anything. And T-Money, of course, bro, that's what I do, man. That's what I do. Anytime you come through, like it's like a show within a show. This is like behind the scenes right now when we're talking right now. I still have 2 more games that I'm breaking down, like my starts and sits everywhere. And but yeah, always feel free to ask your fantasy questions. If you want to get a question answered quick, hit that $sign at the bottom. That's like the Hustler Fast Pass. And you hit that $sign at the bottom, you ask your question in there, and boom, just like that, the question's getting answered. And DD Red Solo Cup, what up, homie? And Bake said that you can do it. Drop is awesome. You can do it. And I still need to get that one. We suck again. I need to get that one as well. Red Solo Cup, he said, yo, first stream of the season, you're a legend. I remember all the good times last year watching you. Appreciate you, homie. And more good times to come. More good times to come. And Solo Cup said, I am trading London for Pittman Jr. I have AR5, but don't feel amazing about the trade. I don't either. And I would just, especially don't do it before this week. Michael Pittman's one of my sits of the week because of the horrible matchup that he has against Jair Alexander. So, yeah, even if you're going to do that trade, just do yourself a favor and at least wait until next week. And Johnny said, looks like A-Chain is practicing. Bro, if he doesn't practice on a non-padded walkthrough, like he's got issues and he wouldn't be playing for sure because this isn't even a regular practice. Like yesterday was the end of the regular practices. Monday and Tuesday are the only regular practices they get for the Thursday game. And then Wednesday's the shortened walkthrough. And T-Money, should I trade James Conner plus JMO for Barkley? Fuck yeah, you can. Fuck yeah, you should. I don't know if you'll be able to do it, but like I don't know if the other person will accept. Like you're getting Barkley, right? Like you're receiving Barkley or Conner and DK for Barkley. Conner and JMO for Barkley. But JMO is the hype is real. The hype is real right now. So that's why you do it. That's why you do it. And Pittman was my sit of the last week too. Yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, Stingley, anybody going up against Houston, the number 1 wide receiver, you need to be very, very weary of starting them. That's why DJ Moore, he's a sit for me this week too. Combine that plus Caleb, sit, like, right? Stingley's good. Same thing with Sauce. Look at what Ayuk did last week. Nothing. And like we could say it was from like not practicing with the team and like all that kind of shit, but Sauce, you know, that's one of the reasons for sure. TK waiver pickup. Tyler Johnson or DeMarcus Robinson. Robinson would be my pick out of those two. I want both. If I can get both, because we don't know. Like, what if it is Tyler Johnson? I think it's going to be Robinson who's going to be like the guy, because now we're going to have a full week of practice where he's just the number 2, knowing that that Puka is gone. Because Robinson got way more snaps. He almost played 100% of the snaps, but it was like Tyler Johnson was open for a couple of them though. And that's what it was. It was like just couple bigger plays. Hey, love it when they call me Big Pop. What up? Should I trade Walker and London for Taylor full PPR? Maybe. Who are your other wide receivers though? Like, is London is he nothing to your team? Like your wide receiver is really that good? I don't want to panic on London just after week 1. And Walker's hurt, so I'm okay like potentially moving on from him for an upgraded wide receiver. Solo, start Rashee Rice over Maserati Marv. Hell yeah, man, because it looked like that Maserati had a freaking busted wheel, busted axle or something, out there. So yeah, Rashee Rice. And Dan just traded Neighbors for Tank Dell. What do you think? You got Tank Dell? Chef's kiss. And Keenan Allen, no practice today. I mean, what else is new?
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Sal said, will Rashee Rice finish as a top 12 wide receiver, half PPR? I don't think so. I don't think he will. Or like this week or for the season. I got Marvin Wilson. I mean, Garrett Wilson's got a horrible matchup this week. Like, is that the choices? Oh, no, that's who you have. Marvin Wilson. Nah, I'd say no then. He said season. I'm all in. Let's go. I don't think that he's going to finish as a top 12 for the season. No. But does he finish as a top 24? I'd say there's a really, really high chance that he does finish as a wide receiver too, and inside the top 20. And like even guys inside the top 20 are still money for fantasy football for us. And especially as how late as we got him. I mean, come on, man. Money in the bank. All right, we got to knock out these last 2 games here. C-Dog wide receivers are DK, Terry, Hollywood, Mike Williams. Obviously, I need an upgrade. I don't know who I could trade. Running backs are Saquon, Henry, Moss, Ford, Chubb when he returns. Thoughts on what I should do? You sell high on Ford and try to get a wide receiver. Like that's like the best thing that I can think, like right there. Because Ford, I mean, we all think that he's on borrowed time. So it's like just move on while you can. And if it really helps you get a better wide receiver, because Saquon and Henry, those guys should be able to carry you most weeks. And you still have Moss as a number 3. That's what I would try to do. Try to move forward for a wide receiver straight up. Zach said, should I try to trade Tank and JSN for Rashee Rice? Nah, I would just hold because I like Tank. I know it's a redraft, but I think Tank and Rashee Rice at the end of the season are going to have very similar like outputs. And T Money, or what about Jacobs and JMO for Barkley? No, like what? No, keep Jacobs. Watch what happens when Jordan Love's not in there. Solo, I got Cup. Should I target Puka? Got 30 points in my lineup. He said, how much should I pay for Puka? Trey McBride, too much. I mean, it depends on who you have at tight end. Like, you got another tight end? Or does trading away Trey Bride make that mean you have to stream every week? And T, big question. Drop JSN for D Robinson or wait? See, like, that's what's crazy is, like, would you start if you're going to start DeMarcus Robinson? Because I'm not starting JSN this week, no matter what. Would you actually start DeMarcus Robinson this week? Like, is your team that much in need of a flex or a wide receiver too? If so, I would debate it. But if you're not going to start him, like, no, I'm just waiting. And is JSN the last person on your bench? Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that solo. Freiermuth, you're on the other tight end. And Dan said trade Pollard to Mark Andrews for Laporta and Eckler. Said Dub as well. Yeah. Because I don't really like Pollard that much. Like, especially after the Andrews news. Like, yeah. Oh, son of a bitch. Elias said, did you open the vampire leagues already? Nope. Totally fucked up on that. This was supposed to be the first day that I opened up the vampire leagues. Thanks for the reminder. And now you're gonna have the heads up on it. Hold on. So let me go do these right now while I'm live so I could finish this and then be done. But yeah, thanks, Elias. Totally fucked that up. So I'm gonna go put give me 1 second. Let me get all this info in here first. Thanks, Elias. Totally spaced on that. So put the message in here. Let me knock out. Let's knock out these last 2 games real quick. Let me knock out these last 2 games, and I'll get back to the chat. So everybody just hang out real quick. And thanks for that heads up, Elias. I totally fucked up on that. My whole week is just it's all different now. It's all different now. Okay. Here we go. And now we are getting into Sunday Night Football. And it is the Bears going into Houston to take on the Texans. And Caleb Williams, don't start him. DeAndre Swift, don't start him. DJ Moore, don't start him. He is going to be going up against Stingley. And look what he did to Michael Pittman Jr. last week. If you got a matchup against Stingley, you better be very, very weary. And I would be looking to sit the player versus starting them. If you start DJ Moore, you do that knowing that he's not going to have that good of a game and that you have to shoot for higher upsides at other positions. Keenan Allen and Rome Odunze, both guys hurt. I'm not starting either one of them either here. I mean, whatever happens in this game from Caleb, I'll just live with it being like everybody on the bench, like in this game, because the Texans are looking really good out there. And Anthony Richardson, I mean, it was a couple big plays and like that was it. Caleb probably not even taking big shots like that down the field because they don't even have guys like speedy guys like that, to get down the field. So yeah, just sit everybody. And yeah, then you don't have to stress during Sunday Night Football over the Bears. All right. And for people who've been watching the starts and sits, I know I've been talking for a little while, probably about a half hour or whatever, but we're getting back into the starts and sits now for Sunday night and Monday night. Throw it in the chat. What do you guys think of the format and me doing it here live? And I'm going to chop it up, and throw it on YouTube a little bit later. And the time that's going to be chopped up is the time when I got the screen up. Now, on the other side of things, though, the Texans, it's like the exact opposite. I want to start Diggs. I'm going to start Nico, and I'm going to start Dell. I think they've all earned it to where we could start all of them, at least in a flex role, if nothing else. Start them all. Start all three, all of them. Dalton Schultz, probably not. Probably not. I'm going to lean on not starting Dalton Schultz for your tight ends, though. And there we go. We made it through all the Sunday games. Only one more game to go. Hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed already. And make sure you turn on all the notifications because I'm going to be your biggest fantasy resource throughout this season. Hands down. Guaranteed. All right, one more. I'm going to knock out Monday night real quick. And then I'm going to get to the chat. And then I got to unlock the Vamp Leagues right now also. So let me knock out this real quick, and then I got to go unlock the Vamps. Hey, Corbin. Shout out to Corbin real quick, becoming an Epic crew member over there. Appreciate you, my brother. Thanks for always being involved with the shows. And Red Solo Cup, just give me 1 second. I'll just hang out. I will tell you. And said back for more. Now he's got the green cross over there. Anybody who doesn't have the green cross, I'm sure you're feeling naked over there. Just hit that join button or click the link that is in the pinned post in the pinned comment in YouTube. And here we go. Last game of the week, Monday Night Football. Here we go. Falcons at the Eagles. Let's go. Our favorite game of the week always, Monday Night Football. Kirk Cousins. Woo, I'm nervous. I mean, you're not starting him in a single QB. Super flex, you're going to start him based on your needs. I kind of don't want to start him. Like if you have someone else, if you have a QB3, throw in that QB3 instead of him if you can. Bijan, we're always playing him. And you know what I just thought of with Kirk Cousins? One of the main reasons why he sucked last week was the offensive line for him, like they're not giving him no time. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like him, to give a little bit more context. But yeah, Bijan, we're always playing him. Drake London. I might consider sitting him. It all depends on your options, but he's like a flex guy to me. Like I'd be willing to sit him, but he's a flex. He's a flex guy. It's about it. Kyle Pitts, probably got to start him. I feel like I've only said to start maybe 8 guys, but that's because all tight ends just really suck. Like go check out my tight end waiver wire video. Like that's really everybody's streaming, right? Because most of the tight ends just suck. So yeah, Kyle Pitts, I would be willing to throw him out there, but not that good of a matchup. And we already know that Kirk Cousins in primetime, man, his MO is not good. So if you dare, get ballsy. Last one. I made it through all the games. I made it through all teams. And this is the last one. The Eagles. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. You're starting Jalen Hurts. You're starting Saquon Barkley. You're starting A.J. Brown. You're starting Devonta Smith. And you're only starting Dallas Goedert if you really have nobody else, but I would be willing to start him. Falcons are not that bad of a matchup. They do have good safeties over there, but he could get his 3 to 5 targets and his 20 to 40 yards. But if he doesn't get a touchdown, it's going to suck. So I only want to start him if I have nobody else to start. But Jalen Hurts, Barkley, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, those guys are turning into auto starts no matter what. So boom, there you have it. End of the week, end of the show here. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications for everyone watching this on replay. And if you're watching this on replay, come to the live streams that happen where I record this. I go live every single morning. Come check it out. It's the Elevated Sports Talk Show. So everyone watching this on replay, make sure you turn on notifications so you can make it into the live streams. It is so lit. And if you made it all the way to the end and you like this comment, leave a super chat, a super sticker, or join as a member and become a member of the 420 crew on YouTube. Go ahead and do it. Click that join button. And I got a bunch of videos popping up right now. Waiver wire videos. Check. Click it, click it, click it, click it, click it. There we go. Woo. 16 games. 16 games. Hell yeah. Peace out, Jamie. And I'm keep going here for a few minutes. I got to answer the chat. That was just the end of like that part of like the show. So everyone live, just hang out. I'm still here. I'm still here. We'll be here for at least a few more minutes. At least a few more minutes. Let me go see. I'm gonna see where I left off at. I should have started. Oh wait, I gotta go unlock the shit now because now I'm taking longer. All right, unlock. And there we go. Ready, set, go. Second one coming over here. Bear with me, guys. I got to unlock all these teams in the Vampire League. Vampire is the only team that has unlimited moves and can pick up and drop anytime. Everyone else, they have one move. Only have one move. All right, let me go unlock. Oh, yeah, and just a heads up, Tuesday and Thursdays, guys, I'm going to be going live a little bit earlier. I started today at like 7:30 West Coast time. And it's because we got more to talk about on those days for sure. Last one. So I have 4 Vampire Leagues and Red Solo Cup. So a Vampire League, the Vampire doesn't draft. The Vampire... It's 10 teams. Everybody else drafts. And the Vampires team is made up of waiver wire, like pickups. And Vampire's the only one that gets unlimited moves, and they can pick up any day, anytime. Everyone else only gets one move per week. The Vampire wins, they get to steal a player from the other team. Just a one-for-one trade that the team must accept. All right, let's see. Where did I make it back? Here we go. And Zach, someone offered me Watson for a 3rd round pick in Dynasty. Should I take it? Is it super flex? I mean, I might be willing to, but I don't know. Like, man, it's just like I would almost hold until his value gets back a little bit. I just find it hard to believe his value will never come back ever, but I don't know. Like, you might just want to cut bait. A 3rd rounder is like nothing though. Like that's also why. Like 3rd rounder is nothing. 2nd rounder, I'd say do it. But TK go with Lazard. Oh yeah. Jay said Addison or Lazard. Lazard, man. Lazard. He's gonna be good. He's gonna be good this week. And peace out, Derek. Yeah, I know he went back to work. And Red Solo said, very naked indeed. All you gotta do is hit the join button. Your name will turn green, and you get the green cross right next to your name, and then you're officially a part of the club. Kirk threw a bad INT last week. Yeah, for sure. Sit London. I'd play Moss over London. That was for Sal. And Bob, should I offer Jordan Mason for Tank Dell? I would. Yeah. Solo, if Cousins stays healthy all year, let's say by week 3, has complete confidence in Achilles. Doubtful how many TDs will Cousins throw this year, 25 or more. I mean, with this cast and crew, you would assume it would be 25 or more. How about 20 or more? What up, Bruce? I'm staying on for at least a few more minutes, Elias. Staying on for at least a few more minutes. We'll see who's up in here. Hit that like button if you haven't done it. Hit that super chat if you like the content, or that super sticker or anything like that. Hit that. Show some love to the show. I've been live for 3.5 hours now. Give a breakdown of my thoughts of who you should start and sit in every single game. And you guys get access to it before everybody else, because as soon as I get off the show, I'm going to go edit this, and I'm going to chop up the parts when I was talking and all that. But you guys saw it live. You guys got to ask questions during the time. So I appreciate you guys being here for the live streams. Red Solo said Penix. What about him? What about him? All right. Here we go. I'm smoking a bowl of some Nature's Chemistry right now, some 32% stuff. I forget what the strain was. Where's the box? It is NC Kush. NC Kush. All right. Everyone who's been watching for a while, what was your favorite part of the show? Tell me what you thought about the starts and sits and how I'm going to be doing that. Give me some feedback, guys. Give me some feedback. Because, most people's feedback is like, oh, it was good. Give me some real feedback, I'm not saying you have to, love it or hate it or anything. Just honest feedback. Was it a good amount of time? Was it too long at times? And yeah, let me shout out. So we had Phil became a member today. Crispy celebrating the 21st month. Appreciate you. Heat Lifer sent a super chat earlier. Texan Stevie became a member earlier. Our man Jake left a super chat earlier. $5 one. I appreciate you, bro. Making sure go through and go like all these. What else did we have? We also had Derek becoming a member, and awesome member, and Corbin becoming an epic member. There we go. Appreciate you guys. And did everybody leave? What happened? The chat was lit and a couple people left. I see there's still people watching. Are people just listening and not typing? We're almost out of here anyways. Let me shout out the producers of the show, because you guys are the shit. Our 420 crew Patreon members, and don't worry, this will be changed in a little bit. We're going to get the YouTube, superstar members or higher on here as well. But we got our ultimate priority member, Mr. Justin Pickle in a Jar, you the man. Our all access members, our elite members, our superstar members, and our 420 ride or die crew members. And those are all either been investors of the show in one way or another, or you are a member on Patreon plus another place, or like Crispy in multiple places, like Derek and Patreon, Twitch, and now YouTube and all that. So I appreciate all you guys. You guys are the producers of the show. We do not have any corporate sponsors or anything like that. And I said YouTube chat is down. Let me see. I'm refreshing. Huh. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Huh. Wouldn't even let me put it in. Okay. What the hell happened? Huh. All right. Well, sorry, guys. I have no idea what the hell's going on with the YouTube chat. Thanks for Corbin for jumping over to Twitch. Have no idea what's going on over there. No idea. So I guess we're just gonna, I don't know. We're gonna get ready to wrap it up here anyways. But yeah, thanks for letting me know. I don't know what the hell happened over on YouTube, but we'll finish this bowl and we'll see you guys later. I'll be back sometime in the evening. Appreciate you guys. Sorry about the YouTube chat. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans. Here comes the